Hey, Noah, how you doing, honey? Back up in here? Y'all, we back up in here? Oh, yeah, come on in here. Candace, it's my birthday tomorrow. I reserve the right to clown your ass until I feel better. Yo, what's going on? What's going on? It's been a minute. It's been a couple days, but we here. I wanted to say thank you and shout out to Ginger Spice. Last time I did a live, I forgot to give Ginger Spice a shout out for a super. I do apologize and wanted to acknowledge you and thank you for that. I appreciate it so much. And I want to thank all of you all for tuning in and supporting me here in the LLC. Tomorrow is my birthday. Yes, March has 31 days, not 30. March 31st. Tomorrow is my birthday. And we will be back at it tomorrow. I'm going to be very busy tomorrow. It's going to be a long day. But I appreciate you guys. And I am going to celebrate it well while I'm out. Might as well. So thank you all so much. Hit the like button as you come in and then hit the 4. And let me know you hit that like button. Hit the 4. Y'all ready to get into it? Oh my God, y'all. Y'all ready to get into it? Oh, hello again for more fun. Shout out to you, Melinda. How you doing? Jay Informant back up in here. Caleb up in here. That thumbnail is some crazy work. I know, right? Y'all shout out to No Reply. Oh, man. So many of you all send me such great thumbnails. Look at this. I got to show you all this. When I say great thumbnails, you all do not disappoint. Naturally, we got to use these. Candace, you just like this blue puffer fish. Ah, yeah, this came from a whole movie and all, You can't make this up. Oh, when Candace starts looking like amphibians, something else is going on. Ah, how you transition from alien to fish? It's beyond me. Oh man, Candace, I told you you had it coming, you dumb heifer. Here's another one. This is a good one. Public enemy number 1. This is so cool. This is kind of like the Baptiste. What's no, not Baptiste. What's the artist's name? Do art like this. What's his name? Basket? Is it Basquiat? Basquiat? I think I'm saying it. It remind me of that. Y'all, this is something else. No, I said Lady Luck about my girlfriend a necklace and matching tennis bracelet for her birthday. Oh, that's so sweet. It was her birthday this past Saturday. Y'all, so many fantastic Aries out there. Tell your girlfriend Lady Luck Club said happy belated birthday. And make sure you continue to treat her as the queen that she is. You understand? Well done. Well done. I hope she enjoyed. I know she had to enjoy her day, honey. Y'all, we all love a little jury or something. Y'all. Shout out to you. Cheryl's my birthday twin. Her birthday's tomorrow too. LLC, you got to watch a new song that just dropped called Grace on the Back 40 Move Me. Send me the link, honey. I'll check it out after the live. Send me the link. Isn't it sweet? You guys, I appreciate you all being real men up in here. Treat your ladies right. Ladies, treat your real men right. That's how it goes. Love your children. Y'all see her crashing out on X over the DUI stuff, and apparently someone changed the address on that report, and she is hiding videos now. What? Candace, you can't get mad because George got a DUI? What you mad about? Oh, shouldn't you be mad at him, Candace? Shouldn't you be mad at George? You mad at everybody else for that stuff coming up? You should be mad at George. Y'all, this is so Oh Lord, X is a whole new beast. Y'all, we got some stuff to watch. We got some videos to watch. Y'all ready to get to it? It is so much. Oh man, we got so many videos to watch on Candace. Candace, we're gonna start with, oh Lord have mercy. We gotta start with Milk Bar. And y'all, both sides is live. I want to see his video as well. Because Candace still ain't showed any evidence. And I said this in the last time we did a live on Candace on Friday. Usually last week, Thursday, Friday. I said flat out, Candace has no evidence, because if she did, she would have given it to the authorities. Because Candace, if you had evidence, you would have given it to the authorities. If there was any evidence or proof to show that anyone was culpable or co-conspirator in the assassination of Charlie Kirk, you would have given it over to the authorities. The fact that you have none speaks volumes. You're doing all this for views, clicks, likes, and money, and your dumb cult members, you know, the candy asses, y'all come on in this chat, candy asses. You enter my chat at your own peril. I hope you know that. Come on in this chat. They're the ones that continue to copy and paste the same comments, reminding me of that, as if we don't know that already. We know that Candace does this for views, clicks, likes, and money. The problem is that she keeps lying about it. Candace is the one lying about this, trying to make it seem like it's for a noble cause. No, it's not. Candace, you're not competent enough to read a book. You know, Dr. Seuss. One fish, two fish, green fish, blue fish. Candace, when you can't keep up with simple 2-syllable words, of course your ass can't sit and get evidence to turn over to the authorities to show any proof that someone was culpable in their husband's assassination. You know, the one you're obsessed over and you can't just help yourself watching over and over again. She's so gross. Candace, you are gross and sick and demented. So we got Milk Bar up in here, y'all. We finna get this thing started. And these videos, these short videos like this, it's real short. Facts Me got a short video. Nemo's got a short video. And then both sides is live. Artie Trolls did a video. Y'all, so many people out here just going in on Candace. Somebody tried to clap at Erica Kirk, and then she clapped back. Hey, she got the right to defend herself. I don't know who Drewski is, but whatever. He's a thing. So he decided to put on the mutated version of White Chicks from the movie with the Wayans brothers. Y'all remember that? That's a movie. It's the name of a movie. It's called White Chicks. The Wayans brothers did. Drewski looks like the mask version of White Chicks from that movie. And then he wanted to go out and clown in on Erica Kirk. And so Erica Kirk clapped back. And Artie Troll did a video, and I want to see it. So we here for it.
PDS that is rated A+.
Oh, good Lord. Hold on. So shout out to all of you all. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button as you come in. I appreciate all of you all for tuning in. I appreciate all of you all for that support. Hit the like button. Come on, candy asses. It's my birthday tomorrow. Make this fun and interesting for me. God. Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. They bring the views. That's what they're good for. Hope everyone is doing well. How you doing, Ryan? I hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. Gary Smith said, hey, S-Files, you should be able to FOIA police body cam footage as well. Yep. Because if he got pulled over for DUI, yeah, there's definitely body cam and dash cam footage from the police vehicle unit. Oh, yeah. George. Hopefully he's not getting his ass whooped by Candace. She's not over there beating him. How's that black eye going, George? Did we get it down or what? Candace, if you over there putting your hands on that man, you should go to jail. Abuse is abuse. We don't condone that shit here. You got 4 kids in that house. You got a broke foot. He had a black eye. That's not a good thing, girl, with 4 kids. These are babies too, y'all. They're not even, I don't even think the oldest one is older than 7 years old. Good Lord. Can't make this up. She got toddlers up in there. Candace, I hope you're not punching this boy in the eye. He need to divorce your ass if you are. You can't make this up. And he out here getting DUIs. You can't make this up. Wait, it said I just deleted a comment. Nope, no one deleted anything. Oh, y'all, be careful because YouTube is weird. Sometimes they'll remove comments. So you might not, I don't know. I don't know if it was a certain word or something. Oh, y'all. Someone did confirm his birthday is July 5th, 1990. Is it? I thought she said it was August or September or November. Candace, you lied about George's birthday, or do you not know his birthday? Which one is it? Maybe Candace just doesn't know his birthday. Candace, you are the worst. I don't think she knows George's birthday, y'all. Didn't she say last year when they invited her to come out to Arizona, TPUSA, and they was like, you know what? Meet us outside, girl. You can come face us. You want to ask questions and all that? Come do it to our face. And then she's like, oh, it's George's birthday. He's got something planned. What was that? November, December? You can't make this up. Now the birthday is in July. Candace, do you even know his birthday? I don't think she knows his birthday. Candace does not know George's birthday. She can't know it. And it's like, what? Okay, Candace, why wouldn't you have his birthday corrected online? Like, he's a public figure. And he's married to your dumb ass. So it's not like he can hide from that. Why in the world is it like, Lady Luck Club's birthday, March 31st? At the very least. No one's confused about the month and date. Who knows? We done seen 3 birthdays. Exactly, Caleb. July, I think September, October, and then December. Man, you can't make this up. Or December, exactly. I don't think Candace knows his birthday. I'm gonna be honest. And she, accepted an engagement in 18 days. One of the things they did not discuss is what day they were born on. Or the fact that she had a past criminal history. Who knows? Maybe his family pulled her records or something. Realized she got, charged and arrested for harassment at 17 years old. Did they know that she ran from home or was, allegedly evicted by her parents at 14 and lived with some boyfriends for 6 months? Like, you would think George's family, being a lord and all, they go and do background checks, right? There's no way they did not do a background check on Candace Amber Rose Owens Farmer. There's no way. That's probably why they don't like you, Candace, because they did do a background check and they realized you ain't it. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. Might be the reason why Charlie wouldn't stun her. I'm sure he pulled her background, was like, oh, you got arrested at 17? Girl, no. Or harassment. Nope. That girl crazy. Got to get rid of her. Charlie knew what he was doing. He's like, no, she got a record. She crazy. Is she getting charged and arrested for harassment? Hell no. He was like, no, I'm not stunning that. There's no way George Farmer and his family did not know that Candace was going around here talking about her parents put her out at 14 and she lived with her boyfriend for 6 months. And then you didn't go to school? Come on. And now she don't even know his birthday. Y'all make it make sense. Y'all ready? Shout out to Milk Bar TV. He did a new short. And then we just gonna hit him back to back to back to back. And get to both sides because he's doing a great video. And I wanted to finish checking that out. So hit the phone where you can see it here. Let's go.
PDS debt is rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau to figure out how all of these bureaucrats are just wasting tax dollars. PDS debt is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Take a look at the borough's own press release. Among bureaucrats, and to the bureaucrats, Connecticut Borough, Federal Bureau of Narcotics, the FBI Bureau. PDS debt is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. And you have no idea what the FBIAA is? That stands for the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Ladies and gentlemen, liberals and morons, from the rafters to the front row, it's time! It's the cuckoo hour. Hey! With the liberal power. Whoa! This show is a smash, make checks payable in cash. It's the cuckoo hour. Hey! Where the facts aren't allowed. Yes! Welcome to the stage where losers get loud. Cuckoo Cuckoo Candace! Crazy all around!
Erica did it. She did it. I feel it in my gut. I'll show you proof
Oh,
tomorrow.
this is so epic. Y'all, who is it? Oh, wait. This is Facts Me. Oh my God. Y'all. I gotta see y'all the link to this video. Oh, this is genius. I love it. Candace, he even got your name over here, Cuckoo, the way you have yours on your show. The same font. Y'all, they done turned this girl into a whole muppet. Candace, I told you were a gremlin, baby. I wonder does she melt when she gets hit with water. Y'all watch the Gremlins. You'll laugh even the more once you know what I'm talking about. Oh, she's such a gremlin. Oh, this is so epic.
Hey, with a liberal power. Whoa! This show is a smash. Make checks payable in cash. It's the Cuckoo Hour. Hey, where the facts aren't allowed. Yes! Welcome to the stage where losers get loud. Cuckoo Candace! Crazy all around!
Erica did it. She did it. I feel it in my gut. I'll show you proof tomorrow.
You literally said Erica did it.
I never said that.
Oh,
That's not what I said. Residents of Turning Point, USA was at the Alamo in 1836. They are involved. We all know it.
You are a re-re-returd. You said Turning Point was involved.
Nope. You are confusing me with another grifter.
Don't care about your grifting.
Nope. We all know it.
You're a fan of Candace.
Can you tell me what she said that's fact?
does she?
Guys, check out my new book, Whacked Out. It explains how I used successful white men to get famous.
Are you using me for American citizenship?
Oh my God, y'all. Oh, that was Facts Me. Y'all, this is Nemo. He even got the shirt. Candace. Candace. I hope he keep clowning your ass. Oh man. Shout out to for the $5 super. I appreciate it. I want to congratulate you for acknowledging Milk Bar TV. Many people use his clips and don't. Oh, absolutely. Milk Bar has been up in the LLC twice. And he is a friend and always welcome here in the LLC. Shout out to Milk Bar TV. We love you, Milk Bar. Much love all the way to Australia, honey. Thank you so much for that $5 super, man. We appreciate it. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Hey, no reply. Mama showed your photos. The two thumbnails sent me. Oh my God. What's going on? Oh, y'all, that was so good. Okay, we got Nemo up in here. The reason George Farmer left, hashtag George Farmer, hashtag Candace Owens. Oh, Candace, you deserve every bit of this.
Are you using me for American citizenship?
So many people have known. Why did George Farmer move himself from the United Kingdom to the United States after he married his dear wife, Candy Baby? Why did he move from the United Kingdom to the United States? Well, to get a citizenship.
So, okay. I just wanted to get that out of the way.
I don't think that was reason enough for George Farmer to leave the United Kingdom to the United States after marrying his wife. So I went down a rabbit hole to find out why.
They were just gonna.
Oh, y'all. Oh, she went down the rabbit hole. That was it. Nemo. Hold on.
Are you using me for American citizenship?
Oh, I gotta go to her channel. Y'all, she went down that rabbit hole. She got a new video? Oh, man. She got a new video up. Nemo got a new video up, y'all. Okay, we got a lot to watch. Brexit, George exit. Y'all, we got so much to watch. Oh, in case you all didn't know, Nemo here did some videos on George and the Bullingdon Club, and it is worth every bit of it. Okay, we've gone over that here in the LLC, so make sure you guys check out our reaction and commentary to that, and show Nemo some support. Sorry, Nemo some support and some love over here. She has quite a few videos she's done, but the Bullingdon Club, when I say it is something else, you need to see it. Because, the Bullingdon Club is kind of like that club where, you got these wealthy kids over in the UK going around in restaurants and smashing restaurants, and then it gets dark. And somebody lost their life connected to the Bullingdon Club. And this is what George Farmer is a part of. So y'all check out these videos here. The Secret Life of George Farmer and Candace Owens. This video right here. Let me share this. You all need to check it out. Like I said, we watched this one and this one here. We watched both of these videos. Actually, it's like an hour-long video that she has that we've watched. But they go in deep dive on George's connection to this Bullingdon Club. You do not want to miss this video. You understand? Y'all, please make sure you go show some support over there. Because, child, George is some deep stuff over there. He is some deep stuff. Oh, we did be there wishes at Umar Stream. There's different people here. So, oh, yes. Thank you all. Tomorrow's my birthday. I appreciate you all tomorrow. Oh, yes. Thank you all so much. We'll be back at it tomorrow, y'all. But I wanted you all to just check out if you can. Like, this video here is like 15 minutes. It's not even that long. Just check it out if you can. The link that George Farmer has to this club, the Rothschilds, is crazy. And it goes pretty deep. All right, so y'all go check that out. Okay, let's get back to it. I wonder, we just saw this short on that, and part of that came from that Bullingdon Club video. So let's get to this here. One of you all sent me this. Natalie Bisner? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Candace's story doesn't add up, does it ever? Candace, are you going to release the evidence over to the authorities or no? Because right now, you have no evidence. Funny how you keep saying that somebody's involved in something and you can't produce evidence to the authorities. Like, why would you want the bad guy to get away, allegedly? Yet there's no evidence, people. She has nothing to give to the authorities. Not a damn thing. Candace, keep running your mouth, girl.
Let Ben take over a Turning Point or something. Erica just let him open. Worst kept secret in the history of the world is that Charlie Kirk couldn't stand Ben. Very few people can. And they just were letting it happen. And so I was just sitting back and just going, I can't believe this and I can't imagine this for anyone's life. To be so instantly betrayed by the people who would not exist in their careers would not exist without you. It's so ugly. And the only thing that can motivate people to do that is money.
Oh, she does this for money. Views, clicks, likes, subs. Because the candy ass cult members leave comments on my videos reminding me that she has 6 million subs. Like, they're the only ones that are sitting here bragging about that. Candace is the only one still lying to herself and to her cult members and to all of the internet about being #1 podcaster on earth when she's not. That can be Googled. She is not #1. Period. But yet, the cult members, they want you to know that she does this for all the views and the subs, and that she's #1 when she's not. Like, why lie about it? If you're not trying to prove that she's being shallow and doing this for money, then why keep reminding all the content creators on YouTube that this is all for money and that she has a lot of money? It is actually negating her defense, Candy ass cult members, when you confirm that she has a lot of money and a lot of subs. She's not number one podcaster on earth, just in your cult world, but not here on earth in reality. But Candace wants you to believe she does not do this for the views when she does.
Thing that could motivate people to do that
Everybody.
is a lot of money. And that's what I believe that a lot of these people were motivated by. That's what they're doing. They prove that. Somebody came with a check. Okay, I don't care if he hated you. You can speak. That's fine.
Good job.
So this is Candace once again lying and claiming that they were just going to give TPUSA to Ben Shapiro, let him take it over,
good.
that Erica had Ben Shapiro open AmFest last December in 2025, and that it was essentially because Ben Shapiro just wrote a big enough check. You write a big enough check, okay, so what if he hated you? You can speak. Those are Candace's words. And I've gone over this with you before, but I have some new information for you today that is very damning towards Candace Owens. So, number one, and I feel like a broken record, but I would pay someone to say this to Candace's face and to record her response and her reaction. I would super chat her if I thought that she would actually read it aloud. Because the way that she frames this is so incredibly dishonest. She completely ignores the fact that Ben Shapiro was a speaker at America Fest in 2024 while Charlie was alive. Here are some texts, or some tweets, of Charlie's saying that Ben Shapiro was there. And you can see he has a place of prominence on the...
Now, Candace will lie about running water. You could be looking at the running water, and she will lie and say there is no water. Water isn't real. And her cult members will believe that. Candace doesn't care what she lies about. Just as an FYI to you all. Candace Owens does not care about the lies that she tells. She doesn't care about the consequences, the outcome. The only thing she cares about is that people are watching and listening to her lie like hell. Candace, hell is hot. And since you don't halfway believe in it, because, deep down, you don't believe in anything, you can find out the hard way. It shouldn't even bother you, girl. It should not bother you if I say Candace go to hell, because you don't halfway believe it. Candace will lie and tell the Candy ass cult members there is no water on earth. There's no such thing as water. And they'll say, okay, master. And then they'll keep living. And then they'll start copying and pasting comments. Breaking news. Candace Owens says there's no water on earth. Because they're idiots. And that's what they'll believe. She doesn't care if it's not true, or she doesn't care about any of that. Candace does not care if she is making provable false statements. You see how much of a tantrum she'll throw if you sue her ass. And she deserves every lawsuit that comes her way. But she will tell her cult members there is no water on earth. Just to say, hey, you know what? Fine. You said that it was running water. I said it wasn't clean. You know what? There's no water on earth. Water doesn't exist then. And that's it. And they'll be like, yep, Candace said it. She's so smart. There's no water on earth. That's how dumb and how bad she will lie. And people will believe it.
On the roster of speakers,
see him there,
he's right up there at the top. So it's so dishonest to just ignore that.
Crazy.
And pretend like 2025 was Ben Shapiro's first time at AmFest, because Erica Kirk just secretly took over and invited all of Charlie's enemies. And she always says all of Charlie's enemies, but she's referring to Ben Shapiro. That's who she's referring to. Josh Hammer, whoever else she wants to think was Charlie's nemesis. They weren't speaking at AmFest. They weren't speaking on the main stage at AmFest. She's solely talking about Ben Shapiro, who was literally there while Charlie was alive. And I've told you guys this before, but today I decided, you know what? Let me go to the live stream the day that Ben Shapiro spoke at America Fest, which was the first day. And sure enough, I'm going to play it for you guys here. Ben Shapiro opens America Fest in 2024. Right after Charlie Kirk gets off the stage and welcomes everyone to America Fest, Ben Shapiro is the first speaker.
And say confidently, no, God is not done with America, and our best days are ahead. God bless you guys. Thank you so much.
I don't know about y'all, but that beat is hard. Hey. They better not be copyrighted. I'm be so mad. Hey. That
He
beat
is
is hard.
co-founder and editor emeritus of The Daily Wire.
You're followed by millions of people
You do?
online.
You're a breath of fresh air in the talk radio world.
Busy time for you at the moment.
Without further ado, Mr. Ben Shapiro.
Politics is all the stuff that we do on the surface. Values, that's the stuff that actually life is made of. There's an understandable universe, there are duties that we have, and we have liberty to go and do those things. That's why we have liberty. The people who built America, that's still there, and it lives in all of us. And it turns out that defending the better culture requires brave people on the front lines who are willing to do bad things in the night to protect their civilization. And in America, there is a philosophy of life that ought to win. That philosophy is, in fact, to make America great again.
Woo! Candace, you say he wasn't there. You lying heifer. Candace Owens, you lying heifer, you. You said Ben Shapiro was not there. In your alternate reality, it doesn't count, you dumb alien. He was there in the flesh. Why do you lie about dumb things? Candace will tell you there's no water on earth if she could get away with it. I'm telling you all. And her cult members will be like, yes, master. No water on earth, master. The dumbass, candy-ass cult members, they foster this nonsense. Because they believe everything she says and they refuse to read a book. You know, one fish, two fish, green fish, blue fish. They refuse to read it.
And that is exactly what happened this past year in 2025, except, of course, it was not Charlie being the first person on the stage welcoming everyone to America Fest. It was Erica Kirk.
Hey, Kiwi.
So not only was Ben Shapiro at America Fest speaking while Charlie was alive, so we know that Charlie was okay with it. We know that Charlie was spearheading it, but he was given the place of prominence opening the show. The people who are prominent get to either open the show or close it out towards the end, because there in the middle, it's a little rough. People get tired. They get up to go get snacks, go to the bathroom, all of that. Obviously, they give the people of prominence the opening slots and the closing slots. And Charlie gave that to Ben. Now, I'm not saying that they're best friends or were best friends, that they were buddy-buddy. They probably had some kind of somewhat friendly rivalry. I have no idea. I cannot speak to that. But I can speak to what actually happened. And it's so incredibly dishonest to frame it as if Erica turned around once Charlie was murdered and did something that he would never do. Because we literally have proof that he did it.
Yep.
And was okay with it. And spearheaded Ben Shapiro being at America Fest in 2024 and having the place of prominence opening the show. And this drives me so crazy because, number one, not only have I been to America Fest more than once, and all of these people commenting on it have literally never been. These are people who did not like Charlie while he was alive, didn't care about him while he was alive, didn't support him, didn't go to his events, didn't listen to him, and now they're just spouting things off. But on top of that, even more to the point,
I told you all that. I said that these people that have, you know, that are now rooting Candace on, you know, Cadence, Karen, the alien. They never liked Charlie Kirk or TPUSA to begin with. They never cared for it to begin with. So now what she's done is she's shifted her whole audience when it comes to TPUSA and Erica Kirk are a bunch of people that never cared for it to begin with. They just pretend like they care about her being a friend and all of that. They copy and paste the same old dumb comments. They could care less. Boy was assassinated on national television. They could care less about his 2 kids that's got to watch all these videos. They don't care about those kids and how those kids are affected. You just need to have a conscience and a soul to know seeing someone get assassinated on national television, whether you agree with them or not, is not the way to go. Because then the people who somehow seem to be cool with that, if that happened to someone they agree with politically, then what? Now you have this back and forth tick for tack. At the end of the day, he had these 2 kids. What crime did he commit? That's the problem. He didn't break the law. They didn't like what he said, but he didn't break the law. He didn't commit a crime, and no one deserves to be taken out like that. You can't make this up. Candace doesn't care. She's just making money off of this. It's all about monies, clicks, subs, likes, and views for her. And the cult members continue to foster that by reminding us how many clicks, subs, likes, views, and how much money she makes. They're proving our point, not hers, because they're too stupid to understand that they're not proving her point at all.
This is easily verifiable information. You could easily verify this as false. This is not an opinion. This is not like, oh, the official narrative doesn't make sense. This is literally something that you can go look up on your own, but they don't, because it's not a fact-finding mission. It's not about getting to the truth. It's about spinning a narrative, and it's about doing everything possible to take down Turning Point USA and Erica Kirk.
Yep.
Welcome in, everybody. In case
Y'all,
you're
look
wondering,
who we got here. Y'all say hello to Marlon. All right. He did a live stream. We're going to get as much as we can in. I appreciate you all tuning in. We're here at the main event. He was live, and I just wanted to check out his video. So, both sides, shout out to him, did a video about how Candace, because she's been saying she's close to bringing this whole buffoonery that she created to a close when she was never ever close to begin with. Candace, who do you think pulled the trigger on the gun? Because right now I'm saying George Farmer, even though Tyler Robinson did it. But, his second guess would be George Farmer. The one that actually knows how to use a weapon and could blend in at UVU. Candace, how much did you pay Tyler Robinson again? We just asking questions. We want to know, how much did you pay Tyler Robinson? Did you expect him to actually be behind bars this whole time? I don't think she planned on him being in jail until his trial. I think she probably told that boy he would be free to do what he wants to do till then, because reasons. Candace, how much did you and George promise Tyler Robinson? I want to know.
where I've been injured, and I'm back though. I'm back, and I'm coming back with a little bit of some spice. I come back with some spice. But for those who knew why I was gone and when I was gone, thank you for the prayers. I really appreciate it. I'm healing well. Finally got my voice back, and we are about to use that voice. Now, many of you might remember some things happening in the last 6 months. One of that being the passing of Mr. Charlie Kirk. And there have been all kinds of people talking about it. It went crazy for a minute. In fact, I would dare say that there are people that have taken two different spectrums of this. Either Charlie Kirk was a POS or he was a saint. There are a few in the middle. Exactly. We are those in the middle. And we fluctuate between the 2 points of views depending on statements that he's made. However, for the sake of focusing, our ADHD has a tendency to get away from us. We don't want ADHD today. We want to focus. So we're going to focus. And that focus is going to be on where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Where in the world is the investigation that Miss Owens, FBI, CIA, where she's at with it. Now, remember, I didn't coin her CIA. She did. I didn't say there was internet people that need to know. She did. So we're going to use some information, and we are going to see where we're at. How close are we to solving the case of Charlie Kirk's murder? You know, mystery.
Candace, I'm not going to ever give you credit to let you think that you are investigating a damn thing. I refuse to even associate you with that term. Do you understand? I know you're listening, Candace, Cadence, Karen. Your cult members can exalt you and worship the ground you walk on all day. As far as me here in the LLC, you've been impersonating an investigator, a federal investigator, a CIA federal investigator at that. And that is a crime. So when are you going to submit over your so-called evidence to the authorities again? Because, you know, people in their right frame of mind with a brain would turn over their evidence to the authorities if they believe that someone is involved in the unaliving of someone else. Criminal intent is still a chargeable offense. Submit your evidence, girl. Why don't you go live, Candace, when you're walking into the prosecutor's office, so we can all see evidence of you submitting your so-called evidence? Why don't you do a live stream and show that? Show the world you walking into the prosecutor's office or into a police station, turning over all your documentation from whatever you thought you were doing that I will not ever consider to be an investigation, and give it over to the authorities and live stream it. Let us see you do that, because your cult members aren't smart enough to demand it. You know, because they're idiots. They're not smart enough to say, hey, if you submitted over evidence, can you show proof that you have? Can you give us the contact information for the investigator with the police that you talked with? Can you show evidence of confirmation that you gave over documentation to the prosecutor in the state of Utah that's spearheading this investigation? Can you show us some proof that you've given them this document or flight logs? You know, because the Egyptian planes is still coming up. I told you I was going to cycle back to that. Hit the 4. Hit the 4 if I said this girl going to come back to this whole Egyptian plane nonsense because Mitch Snow did not earn the money. She told all her cult members to help him raise $144,000 plus, and he did not earn it. And that's going to come back full circle. She's going to have to find a way to bring back the Egyptian planes into this again. Fort Huachuca is going to come up again. All this stuff going to come back up again because, Miss Snow, you didn't earn it. Not in the mind of Candace Owens. No, you didn't earn that. And then, you know, she can't just have you affiliating and associating her with, you know, sloppy Joe Kent. Because, you know, he did indeed work with the feds and CIA somehow. Candace, why didn't you have sloppy Joe Kent investigate this so-called plot that you claim the French president and Israeli operatives were trying to do to take your life? Instead of you going to a theme park, why didn't you have sloppy Joe Kent show proof that he was investigating that? Didn't you say there was a death threat on your life? No evidence on that either. So she has no evidence to prove that Erica Kirk was affiliated with the unaliving of Charlie Kirk, nor does she have any evidence to prove that somebody was trying to unalive her. That ain't how Candace keeps lying like hell.
Science Theater and the Twilight Zone and all those people had some really interesting, you know, intros. So let's create one here. Since the death of Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens has been investigating. We are about to enter the candy zone. So we're going to find out where she at. Of course, I don't think she's anywhere, but we're going to find out. But I want to do some correlations before we get there. Okay. Now, remember, we had a president in power right now that used to be in power back in 2015. And when he was there in 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, all them times there, he was the topic of a lot of stuff. And what we found was people were saying a bunch of things about him that was going to happen that never seemed to happen. So because it's kind of, it matters. It really does. It matters. So we're going to show you a correlation effect. All right. Y'all remember these kinds of montages? Because they were hilarious back in the day. I'm only going to play a section of it so you can get an idea.
Trump's done. He's done.
Done.
There's no question about that. He's done.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Today is a turning point. Today was historically bad for President Trump.
Today was a turning point.
A turning point.
We're at a turning point here.
The beginning of the end.
I didn't plan on it saying turning point. That was all coincidental. I promise you that was coincidental, but quite apropos if you ask me. That was the kiss. That was a perfect welcome back for me. I don't know about y'all, but listen.
For the Trump presidency.
The beginning of the end.
Beginning of the end.
Breaking news.
We have another bombshell.
Mike Pence might have to assume the office of the presidency.
The call for impeachment.
Rumblings of the word impeachment.
Breaking news.
Another bombshell out of the White House.
I believe this is the beginning of the end.
Yes.
I do too.
It's really the beginning of the end.
The beginning of the end.
He may be feeling the walls closing in on him.
All the walls closing in on him.
The walls closing in on him.
Breaking news, a new bombshell. One astrologer.
I figured we had to bring that into the equation here because these things are funny. They're funny to me. Because for a long time, all we heard was the walls are closing in, walls are closing in, walls are closing. Bombshell, boobity beepity bombshell, man. What? And I think that we are at the point now where we can see that, how did she say it? Life is stranger in fiction. That's not what it actually says, but life is stranger in fiction. So let's find out how close she is to what she says. Now, thanks to Milk Bar TV, I really do appreciate him. He came up with
we love you, Milk
he
Bar.
went searching for the stuff that I didn't want to waste my time doing. It really was kind of like I didn't have time for it. I was healing. However, he put together a montage for me. It wasn't for me, but it ended up being for me and for you, for entertainment. So we want you to watch the intro to her September 15th video. This one was at the onset of the investigation that she was doing into the murder of Charlie Kirk. Now, it wasn't a little bit later in her investigation that she said she will not quit until she finds out who did it. And she said that this was definitely something that she would never take her eyes off the ball. And she even said in subsequent follow-ups that, it would only have taken her 11 days if she had all the information she was waiting. I mean, if she had all the FBI stuff. But then later she said she doesn't need the FBI stuff because she has her mommy sleuths. But then she said that the FBI needs to give her the information. But then she also said that they don't need to give her the information because that's not how the FBI works. But then she also went back again and said they need to give it to us because the public needs to know. So I'm not quite sure what she's expecting. But let's listen to what she said on the 15th. The 15th, after Charlie Kirk has been expired. Not me, her words. Listen.
All right, you guys, we're going to jump right into this with no introduction. There's a lot that I would like to speak with you guys about. Can't wait to hear your feedback. A lot of lies that are being put out there, narratives that I would say are half-truths.
Make sure you keep log of that. I didn't say it. She did. She said there is lots of half-truths being put out there.
Candace.
Lies. So let me ask you.
Candace, you dumb. There is no half truth in your world. You just tell whole lies and that's it. You can't even admit the sky is blue, girl. What are we talking about? Candace, spell half truth. When you can't define the word hypocrisy, I don't give you credit for telling a half truth. It's just a whole lie, and it's stupid as well. It's not just a lie, it's a dumbass lie. Candace lies like hell is hot. I mean, it's unbelievable. you don't believe it until you hear it for yourself. You're like, I can't believe that there's a human being or one that professes to be, depending on what day of the week it is, that is lying this bad and actually want people to believe her. And then there are people who actually believe her. It's called the cult. Because they don't read either. You can't make this up. Yeah, I go in on the cult hard because I want them to know I don't care how they feel. They care too much about that. They don't care about facts. Something they should care more about. That's why I go hard in on them. I'm not here to change their mind either. So it's all fair to say I don't care how they feel, but I'm not here to change their mind. It's not going to stop me from giving my criticism of this cult. This hive mentality where no one reads books. Or, like Candace, they probably don't know the difference between the letter N and the number 9 either.
The obvious question, what would be considered a lie? Good question, Ed.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
like, hell, boy.
I'm with you on the questions of what would constitute a lie. Here's what I would consider a lie. Something that you say that you have no physical proof for, but say that it is true.
Mm-hmm.
Something you say that's definitely happened, but you have no concept of whether it did. And in fact, it later comes out to be proven that it didn't happen. That would be constituting a lie. Also remember that she's the one that said where there's one, there's 1,000. I didn't say that because I don't believe that. Could just be one lie. It doesn't have to mean that because you did one lie, you have 1,000 lies. That would be ridiculous. But she thinks if there's one lie, there are 1,000. So to the people that follow her, if you know for a fact that she has been caught in a lie, would then us assuming that there are 1,000 others, would I be okay in assuming that? I mean, again, this is not my metric. I don't like using my metric. People don't like my metric. In fact, they don't like our metric. We have a problem here at both sides. We found that when we use our actual metric of common sense, it don't fly. And hey, we found out the hard way. It don't fly. So I'm going to use the intelligence, the CIA. I'm using the CIA's metric of proof. If she's caught in one lie, just one, would that mean that there are 1,000 lies as well?
Child.
Okay. You have to.
Candace, how did George get a black eye? Was it a kick or a punch or a slap? How did that go? Did you have like a book or something in your hand? Did you get mad because George wanted you to actually read and then you popped him in the eye with it? How did that go? So we can know how to report that to the cops. Because you over there, based on our assessment, and we're just asking questions here. It looks like, Candace, you're aiding in some spousal abuse. Question mark. Because we're just asking questions. Candace, are you beating on George? Because no one told you to start talking about Charlie Kirk and obsessing over his assassination. You chose to do that on your own. Are you taking that out on George, that you've lied like hell and now you can't get out of this lie? And you probably promised Tyler Robinson more than you can deliver? And you want to take it out on George? Is that what's happening, Candace? Because, at some point, this is going to come up. I think Candace is making promises she can't keep. And George is paying the price. George, you're going to have to get out that house. Take the kids. Can't make this up.
You have to come to terms with that on your own, because that's between you and Candy. Okay, cool. I just had to point that out because she said it.
Candace over there beating on that man. You
misrepresentations entirely.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really see the reason for that.
No, I don't either.
First and foremost, to let you know, last week was not a dream. Charlie Kirk, my friend, is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And he was publicly executed. I want to.
Yes, he was. I think we all could admit that he was publicly executed. No one is disputing that, Candace. Like, nobody.
Make that clear. Charlie Kirk was publicly executed before the world.
That's what publicly would mean. Yes. Publicly would mean before everyone's eyes. Good job. Hey, at least you got the definition of that word correctly. Good job. Hey, look, you see, this was when you still had a little bit going for you. So continue.
And as we are all searching for answers, the ones that are being supplied to us are not making a lot of sense. And some people, I would say, are speaking too much.
Too much.
Speaking on behalf of other people. I don't like it.
Oh, so you don't remember Candace now. She doesn't like it when people speak on other people's behalf. I didn't say that. That was her. You heard it yourself. She doesn't like it when other people speak on other people's behalf. One lie, 1,000 lies. Don't speak on other people's behalf. So, should we be okay with her speaking on Charlie's behalf?
Hey, Mira. Hey, go.
Hey, look, I'm again just the questions on the same metric that she uses. Don't hate me. I remember I'm the dummy. We the dummy. We're stupid. We don't know nothing. We lie. We biased. What's the other term that they use? We don't investigate. We don't do our that's a big one. We don't do research. That's another big one. We don't do research. It's okay. I admit we don't do diddly squat on research. All we're gonna do is do what Candace does. I admit. I confess. I'm standing on holy ground like you guys are. Candace is right on everything. With that being the case, if she says, and she's always right, this is what y'all say, if it's true that you shouldn't be speaking on behalf of anybody else, I don't like it. Not good. Why does she feel so comfortable? Oh, he's dead. That's right. That's why. He can't fight back. Answered my own question. Okay, so again, she's always right. Continue.
I will say something that I think brought the.
Oh, let me pause because Jennifer asked what happened. Let me show you, honey. Let me show you. All right. So I'm on X. So back on March 21st, rumors swirling online that Candace Owens and her husband are having troubles at home. Candace has been seen in a walking boot, and her husband, in quotations, because we can use air quotes to Candace, seen with a black eye. To use Candace's logic, this is irrefutable proof that Candace Owens beats her husband, allegedly. Candace, you ought to get your ass whipped. You over there hitting on that man. You see this here? Y'all, you can't make this up. So George had the black eye, and that thing, oh, y'all, it was so bruised. And he didn't put on, here's the thing. When you are, a public figure, okay, I want y'all to follow me here. Because I've said this before, but I want this to hammer in. I want y'all to really think about this. When you are a public figure, and you know who you married to, right? Let's say you got a black eye because he was out there playing basketball or something he can't play and he got popped in the eye. Wouldn't you just put that out there at the forefront so that people don't assume that your wife is beating on your ass or that there's any spousal abuse? Wouldn't you wear sunglasses or makeup to cover that up so that people don't make the assumption that there's any domestic violence going on? I mean, it's the irony of her having a broken foot, and she never said what happened. Candace never said, unless I missed it. Have y'all seen anything where she explains how her foot was broken? Have y'all seen anything? Melinda said LLC, she called the airline Andrew flew in on a fake CIA business, and they called her out. She had to backpedal the next day to avoid another lawsuit. Oh, they need to sue her either way. Andrew, stop playing nice with this girl. You're gonna have to sue her. Same thing, Erica Kirk. You gotta stop going back and forth. Stop playing with her and sue her. Sue her and be done with it. Yeah, have y'all seen anything where she came out and said what happened with her foot? Because I haven't seen anything. What he's married to? I know, right? Angie. Yes, I think George is trying to tell us what really happened. Yeah. Y'all, he is showing us. Listen, think about this. She is a public figure. He's the son of a lord from the UK. Follow me here. Okay. He was in the Bullingdon Club. He smashed restaurants for fun. A person lost their life in that stupid club. And yet, he is walking freely in an airport with a black eye, no makeup, no sunglasses, no alibi, no rhyme or reason for it, has not explained what happened. None of that. Candace has not said how her foot was broken. What's the cause of it? Y'all think about it. He's trying to tell us this is beating my ass. He's trying to tell us what he's going through. He's showing us without really saying the words because she probably won't let him. Because guess what? If he puts on shades, we wouldn't have seen it. If he had worn sunglasses or shades from day one, we would have never known. We would have never known. She just would have had a broken foot and we would have never known about his black eye. He knows that at any moment, especially in the airport, in public, she's bound to be stopped to get a photograph. He was not trying to hide it at all. And guess what? She hasn't said anything to explain it. She hasn't said anything to say, oh, for all those Lady Luck Club who are wondering what happened to George's eye, this is what happened. Because if she cared, she would have already said something to get ahead of it. Candace doesn't care if people look at her like she's abusing her husband. She don't care about that. But yeah, she has the audacity to sit here and to try to, defend herself from making a bunch of money off of the death of Charlie Kirk. That's what she wants to defend. She has not said anything about how she ended up with a broken foot or he has a black eye. But you say that she is doing this for clicks, views, likes, and money. And she's out here trying to defend that all day. But yet her cult members prove her wrong every single time. Because they keep reminding us that she makes all this money and got all these big views and clicks and subs. Oh, you're just hating on her. You're just jealous of her. No, you idiots are just proving my point that she does this for money and views. And for no other reason. If she had evidence, she would have turned it over to the authorities. And if she tried to do that, you would know it. She would have proof of it. Yet they continue to make excuses for her because, cults. They're dumb. But this boy had a whole black eye. Y'all understand a black eye is discoloration of the skin from broken blood vessels? Y'all see how much of his eye is bruised? Like, that's the thing that stood out to me. All of this here, this whole area at the bottom is bruised. I mean, I wondered, did he pass out when he got popped in the eye? Did he hit the floor? And, of course, I don't think it would be hard for a bruise to show up on him. But it is black. It is by the same color as the tip of that hat. It's not even like reddish brown looking. It's black. You got bruising, broken blood vessels, internal bleeding. Who knows if something was broken, like bones, anything in the eye socket, nasal area. Who knows? Y'all, it's on the side of his eye over here. I mean, all that is bruised. All of that. This is crazy. It's a huge area. If he closes his eye, it's probably covering the eyelid. Candace, what the hell you do? Y'all, when you got a record like this of, being charged and arrested for harassment, I don't put it past you to like beat somebody up. I wouldn't put it past her that she put hands on George. I don't put it past her. Candace, you gonna go to jail, you dummy.
The world a lot of relief, also sadness. We're grieving with her.
Oh, you're grieving with her in this episode.
The kerfluffle.
All right.
When his wife, Mrs. Erica Kirk, addressed not just the nation but the entire world. Her words were very powerful.
Hey, Bill.
And we just have a very brief portion of her remarks, which you should pursue in their entirety. But here she is.
No. We're not going to listen to what she has to say because she lies.
He doesn't say it.
Erica's a liar. Remember? It's amazing how someone can go from being so amazing to just being an instant liar. I'm with her, man. 100%.
Hold on. Have you noticed this? Why are he losing weight? Y'all notice this? Both her, George, and Candace are like sticks and bones. And skin. Why are they losing weight? Oh my God, his neck area, it looks so small. His Adam's apple looks like it's deformed almost because his neck is so skinny. Why are they losing weight? They're rich. Like, good grief. They both, man, it's like, what's going on? Are these kids eating or what, Candace? Are you feeding the children? Because obviously you and George decided y'all just going to give up on a meal. Hey, believe me, what's wrong with these two? They both need help. Candace, you got to keep your hands to your damn self, you moron. You can't put your hands on him. You know, spousal abuse goes both ways. I don't condone none of it. You got small kids in that house. 4 of them. You can't make this up. Candace, this does not look like it was foreplay between you two. And why the hell y'all losing so much weight? This is not even healthy. He looks horrible. He looks like he's just mad, sad, and just unbothered all at the same time. Just attached. Y'all, this is madness that Candace is cloven hoof. Candace, how the hell you break your foot? George, you need to go to rehab. You're getting DUIs. Candace out here, you know, with a history of harassing people and living with boyfriends at 14 years old for 6 months. Like, you need to get some help. It's a whole lot broken in this. Yeah, it's written all over his face, literally. You can't make this up. Candace, I don't condone spousal abuse. Keep your damn hands to yourself. And George, go get some help. Y'all, they lose weight like crazy. He should have a meal, a sandwich, a breakfast sandwich in his hand. What is this? He's just trying to hurry up and just get out of the way. He is so unhappy. Candace, you look and sound bad, girl.
But man, I'm on Candy's side today.
Lord have mercy.
We're going to skip Erica's conversation because, you know, Candace thinks that that's a load of crap because nobody grieves like this.
Let that happen. They will not die.
Beautiful, powerful words.
Beautiful, powerful words. Now remember, please remember, you guys that believe her are the ones that say she has discernment. Y'all say she got discernment. Please. Discernment didn't tell her that Erica was a lying POS then. Maybe because grief. And now, definitely a lying POS. She also said, I would stop if Erica told me to stop. That was a lie. That's lie number one. Because remember, if there's one lie, there's 1,000 lies. The only people that could make me stop is my husband, and we all knew he couldn't tell her to do diddly squat. He already got a black eye. He couldn't talk no more. His eye got all the way swollen up. She kicked him so hard she broke her own foot.
Candace.
Oh, you didn't hear about that? Oh, let me bring you up to speed.
She kicked him so hard she broke her own foot.
Catholics thing that she did.
Candace.
She showed up with a busted
saying
foot.
you abusing this
And
man.
her hubby was walking through airport with a busted eye. My theory is that he said something sideways about stopping, and she went Bruce Lee and kicked him, broke her foot, probably when she was falling down, but kicked him in the face, broke his eyebrow. Black eye, shut up, boy. You don't tell me what to do. That's what I don't know. No,
I'm with you. Because I feel like they got in a whole fight. I think it was a whole fight. She probably done popped him and he got a few more bruises in areas you just can't see. He got covered up with clothes. Because, my God. He got on long sleeves. They both look skinny as hell. Neither one of them eating a real meal. Candace done stopped making sandwiches. Candace, there's so much for you in that dumb book, huh? Make him a sandwich. No. Candace won't even get him a cup of soup. George looks bad, Candace. And you got a broken foot. This is not for play. Maybe that's that foreplay. Who knows? Beating each other's asses in 5 minutes. Candace. He had a whole black eye. If we saw you with a black eye, that boy would probably be in jail. George would probably be locked the hell up. If her cult members saw her with a black eye, they'd call the police on George. His ass would be in jail right now. They'd make sure he do not get out. You gave Candace a black eye. How dare they wouldn't even give him a pass. What a candy ass is that? Y'all not gonna say anything about your cult leader punching somebody in the eye or kicking them in the eye? They're not even gonna ask, how did you break your foot? Like, you can't make this up. I'm with Marlon. They got a whole fight. And Candace kicked him, broke her foot because she's skin and bones. And he got a black eye because he's skin and bones. Don't take much. And she probably broke his nose. Candace, you break his nose. His nose was broken. Y'all.
I'm just asking a question. Is that what happened? So she broke her foot and he busted his eye. She said, if they told her to stop, daddy told me to stop. I mean, husband, not daddy. She probably calls it matter. But husband tell me to stop, I'm going to stop. If Erica tell me to stop, I'm going to stop. Erica tells her to stop.
Candace calls George Ferry. Hey, Ferry, can you come out here and help me with the kids' toys? It's Christmas Day, It's okay to come out that closet. George, this is what happens when he hide in the closet too long. Waiting on Andrew Tate to come back. And he's sitting here just, I'm not coming out there. Leave me alone. Maybe that's why George hide in the closet. He's just trying to avoid a fist fight today. Candace, you cannot be violent and a free woman at the same time. I hope they lock your ass up, girl.
I ain't stopping. Nope. That's a lie. You said you would. And you said
y'all, George trying to cross
one lie. There's 1,000.
Oh, Candace.
Don't speak on behalf of nobody else. She speaks on behalf of Charlie Kirk. I don't like going 10 years in the past. Goes 15, 20 years in the past. See the problem here? Stop. Okay, cool. Continue though.
Charlie had just one wife.
She's the aggressor.
What we got to see across this weekend is that there were so many people around the world, like she said, who were deeply moved by Charlie
Mama
Kirk
Sage, we're
throughout
gonna
their
watch
lives, and of course have been deeply moved by this tragedy. And what she is describing there, that fire, a lot of us are feeling it. I am definitely feeling it. I had a very tough weekend.
Candace ain't felt
Good to know. Charlie only had one wife. I wish she would remember that because it seems like she may have forgot.
Y'all.
Oh, Lord. My, how the turnip tables. I think she forgot that he only had one wife. Hey, look, again, not my words, hers. I wanted to show you that for reference. That was September 15th, 2025. Now, around that time, she started making a whole bunch of episodes. Okay, every day she made episode. And every episode, she came away with one very important statement. And I want to play what Milk Bar came up with as a montage of what she said.
Oh, Milk Bar.
Not my words. Your girls, people who subscribe to the grand, great, non-lying, amazing Candace Owens. So let's listen in to see how many times she said it. All right, let's go.
to something, getting close to something, keep going. And we are definitively getting closer to what took place on that day. And we are getting closer. I think we're close. We are definitively getting closer. We're getting close. We're getting very close. We're inching ever closer. We are now, I believe, extremely close to
November.
Solving this thing. As I get inch closer and closer to discovering the truth, I've got a feeling about that. We're close. We're getting closer to something, and that something is pretty big.
I have to stop. I'm sorry.
Candace, you
How close is close?
Girl, Candace. Oh, so you just told Tyler Robinson, you know what? They're not going to lock you up. They don't have any evidence. I bet you all the money. And then you lost that bet. Now you sitting here trying to, cover up. How much did you promise Tyler Robinson, Candace Owens? How much did you pay him? Because we have no alibi for you or George Farmer. He walking around with black eyes. He might just rat you out for trying to beat his ass. Candace, if you keep beating on George, he's going to tell on you. I hope you know that. You won't be able to get rid of him like that easily. He's the son of a lord. You're not that smart. You got to stop beating on him. You putting your hands on this boy. That's truly Candace putting her hands on him. And he just for the sake of not hitting back, because, he realized if I have to go berserk, I'm going berserk. George, you got to get out that house. And you need to come clean. Tell us your alibi. Where were you on September 10th, 2025? How much did Candace pay Tyler Robinson? Because she's the only one with the real vendetta. You should feel some type of way, George, with your wife, by marriage, obsessing over another man who's deceased. Whether you're in the closet or not, you should feel some type of way. You should feel some type of way. You definitely should feel it when she's putting her foot in your eye. That black eye does not look good, George. Candace. We all know you had something to do with it. We just want to know to what extent. That's it.
I played the montage of the Trump thing before. Well, walls are closing in. Walls are closing in. Bombshell. Biggity, bombshell.
Where's Candace's alibi?
She's
okay.
Close. No.
We all wait.
Hey, I will look close.
Just sense that we're getting close. I sense that we are getting very close, and we are getting closer, getting very close to something. We're getting closer because we are getting close. We are definitely getting closer, very close. We are very close. We are close. We are dangerously close to something. We are dead close to something. And I think every day we are inching closer to who killed Charlie Kirk. We're getting close. We're inching ever closer. We are inching closer, a little closer to solving the Charlie Kirk.
This is what I mean
murder.
right here. I'm so
Very
glad that the candy asses, they never disappoint. Let's go. Why are you copying and pasting? Remember, Sloppy Joe Kent worked for the government. And you people believe him. Candace trusted him, remember? That's what Mitch Snow said. The idiot that lies like hell. For once, he gets one right. So, do you trust your government? You don't. Because how do you trust someone that worked for the government, but you don't trust your government? Or is it that you just trust the government when Candace tells you to trust? Why did she trust Sloppy Joe Kent again? Because no one owes his ass a damn thing. He pays nobody's bills. Why does everyone have to trust his ass? Why did Candace trust him again? Didn't he work for the feds? So someone that works for the feds, you're willing to trust because she trusted him, but yet she told you all don't trust the feds, sloppy, don't trust the feds. Now you're saying don't trust the government, but the one person that she trusted worked for the government. Make that make sense? We'll wait for you to figure out what hypocritical means because I know you can't define it. Spell the word first.
And we are getting very close. But I'm getting closer. I'm getting real close. My prayers are with you, Candace. You are close. We are close. And we're getting closer to the truth. We get closer. We are getting close.
Dumb question. I don't even know or care who
I have
Dan
a feeling
Bongino.
that she's close. That's just what I'm thinking based on what
Who's Dan Bongino? Does he work for the government? Let's go back to the point you're trying to evade of Candace trusting the government. She trusted a government employee. Irrelevant. She literally said that she had insiders with the FBI. So you people have been fed slop this whole time. You just didn't know the difference. Because you just believe whatever she says. Candace trusted someone that worked with the FBI and CIA. You have no idea what she fed you. That could have been fed slop versus research. Because we all know she doesn't investigate. You couldn't tell the difference if you were paid all the money. Everything you were told, you could have been told based on what Candace believed from Joe Kent, who worked for the government. You keep throwing out names like they pay my rent. They don't. I could care less. You and the other Candy-ass cult members believe what Candace told you, that she trusted from a Fed. Plain and simple. You either trust the Feds or you don't. And you say, I don't trust the Feds, but yet you trust one of the Feds. It's the hypocrisy for me. See, the rest of us never said we didn't believe the evidence related to Tyler Robinson. Candace is the one saying that. Don't pull us into your dumb coat. You all are the ones that were walking around here talking about, we don't trust the Feds. No Fed slop. No Fed slop. No Fed slop. No sloppy Joes. No sloppy Joes. And then guess what? Candace trusts Joe Kidd. She trusts him. What? Miss Snow said she trusted him and he vetted him. Joe Kidd vetted Mitch Snow. That guy you all gave $144,000 to? You should feel mighty dumb about that. What a waste of an investment. Candace, Mitch Snow has not earned it, girl. But she trusted the Feds this entire time. You should feel some type of way about her slighting you all. Not be asking me if I trust some damn Bogino. Child, please. No, you all are the ones that say you don't trust the Feds. So why did she trust the Feds? Why did Candace lie to you all about trusting the Feds if you don't trust the Feds? That means you trust none of them. Not just picking and choosing a sprinkle here and there. No, because that would be hypocritical. And a word synonymous with hypocrisy is lie. Deception. So Candace deceived you all, the cult members, into believing that she didn't trust the Feds. Meanwhile, she was trusting someone who worked with the Feds. It's priceless. I'm going to rub it in their face every time I can.
She's saying that she is dangerously close to
you people are fun.
figuring it out. Here's my problem. And please, this is my biggest problem. I've had time to think about this. I've had time to ruminate upon this. I've had time to, what's the best word I can use?
Thank you. Candace lawyers in building with the same.
Try to
the FBI.
extrapolate an answer out of this conundrum. And the weeks and a half or 2 weeks I've had to think about this, I realized that you don't need to have an answer. You just have to be close to it. Just get close. And that's fine enough. That's good enough. Close is close. Close is enough. It's close enough. Now, if it is getting close to the answer that Charlie Kirk and who killed Charlie Kirk, can I ask the obvious elephant in the room question? What information have you guys heard that follow Candace that leads you to a place that is different than you were in September of 2025? Hear me out. Forget the narrative that the FBI has put out to you. They're lying. That's what we say. They're lying. Okay, cool. It was not Tyler.
That's what they said.
Let's just say that. It wasn't Tyler. It was somebody else, whoever that is. How much closer are you right now, because she said she is, to finding out who killed Charlie Kirk than you were?
It was George. Les said I should do my homework. First of all, this is not a political stream. Let's go. Let's go. Come back to the chat. You're fun. This is not a political stream, honey. The audacity that a candy ass is going to limit my stream to being a political stream. No, sir or ma'am, whatever you are. This is not a political stream. Candace told you all, you don't trust the feds. Isn't that what your cult leader told you? You do what your cult leader tells you to do. Right? you don't trust the feds. Joe Kent would be included in that since he worked with the feds. You're not going to circumvent around this or exclude him out because that would be hypocrisy. And hypocrisy is to be deceptive. You're lying to yourself and to everyone else. If you're going to be a good cult member, go all the way there. Candace said, we don't trust the feds. That's what she told you all. You're asking us this like we're in her cult. We're not her cult members. Candace can kiss my ass. No. She said you as in your cult. Candace Owens and the cults. The candy asses. No, you all don't believe the feds. That means you don't believe Joe Kent either. It's irrelevant to what Dan Bongino is. In your world of Candyland with the Candace Owens and the candy asses, in y'all alternate reality, you don't trust any feds. Dan Bongino, Joe Kent, FBI, CIA, none of them. DEA, you don't trust any of them. Asking us who we trust is irrelevant. When you sat back and trusted sloppy Joe Kent, who worked with the feds. When Candace said, we don't trust the feds, she didn't say we don't trust the feds except Joe Kent. She never said that. She said, we don't trust the feds. So, like the good cult leader that you're pretending to be, that means you don't trust any of them. Because to do anything less would be hypocritical. And you'll be lying like hell. You know, she already does that enough for you all. You don't have to lie in my chat, honey. Or deflect. Or dodge the point. Nope. You trusted the feds because you trusted Joe Kent. Whom we trust is irrelevant. You know, the main point is that the candy asses stay consistent. Keep coming in my chat. I told you come at your own peril. Oh, the candy asses, they're fun.
September 11th, 2025. Don't worry. I will make sure I answer it for you. You are no closer.
Yeah, child.
Literally nowhere near being close. But she will tell you you're close, and that will be enough for you. I just want to know how you know that you're closer. If you, hear me out, if you had no information and you don't buy the narrative and you're going by what you see and you're only trusting what she said, where were you and where are you now?
Probably Mira.
That's all I want to know. Where were you and where are you now?
Candace, how much?
Because there has to be some sort of a measuring stick that you're using to figure out your proximity to the solving of the case. I will go back to a tweet she made. She said that she was under duress because she was about to be assassinated by the French and Egyptian governments. She said in that tweet that a man told her that somehow, some way, told her that he had information about this particular thing.
Crazy.
And that he not only had information about it, but that he was the person that knew that the French and the Israeli government helped to train the one that killed Charlie. That's what they said. So my question then comes back to how? If you know that there's somebody telling you that somebody has information about who killed Charlie, why wouldn't you pursue that instead of listening to drunk moms on the internet? Why wouldn't you take the opportunity to ask your leak on the inside of the French government who that assassin was? She didn't do that. She never followed up on it. That would have been the end of it.
He said drunk moms.
That would have been the end of it.
Y'all, the candy asses. Are y'all drunk? Let's go. Let's go see it here. Oh, come back. It was fun. Let's go. Are you drunk? Are you a drunk mom? He listened to some drunk mom. Y'all, you can make this up. Candace, when you have a bunch of drunk stay-at-home moms impersonating investigators, you know, breaking federal laws all day, girl, You have no standing to sit here and to kick George in the eye. And until you do right by me and tell us what happened, we're going to say you kicked him in the eye. You're abusing this man. Because he probably wants you to stop because people are starting to ask him for an alibi. You know, George, we deserve to know. No, we demand to know where the hell you at. Because right now it looks like Candace paid Tyler Robinson to do something very heinous. And then Candace is obsessing over watching the video of Charlie Kirk be assassinated over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's sick and it's demented. Just take the kids and get out the house, George.
Pretty simple. If I knew that somebody told me I know that this killer, the assassin, I knew it. The assassin
Drunk moms
was trained by this individual
mom club.
and these individuals, but I don't pursue it. Something is wrong with me. I either don't want the truth or I know the truth.
No, she
and
will
I really
not be
don't
going.
like it.
Candace is not going to Tyler Robinson's trial. No, she doesn't even want to watch it. She said she didn't care. Candace already said that. That I do believe. Candace does not care about Tyler Robinson's trial at all. Like, she doesn't want to watch it. It's like watching her handiwork fail.
So which is it?
Candace, you paid him.
Which one
Drunk mom
is
tip
it?
line.
Because I'm confused. Candace should have had the answer to this in, when did she get those threats? That was in November. November, I think, is when she said she got those threats. She could have had the answer and she could have reported it to the FBI, CIA, Mossad, whoever it was.
Realtor?
She didn't do that. She had intel from within the CIA. She didn't share that with you. She had information about planes. She didn't share that with you, except for what she told you she was going to share with you, but she never did.
Nope.
She had information about what was being transpiring in the case. She didn't share that with you neither. She doesn't share it with the defense for Tyler Robinson either.
Nah.
So again, where are we getting our metric from when it comes to this?
Candace,
Does anybody have an answer for me? I'm going to bring this up so we can read this in its entirety because I don't want anybody to say I be lying on this girl. I don't like that. I don't like it.
Listen, they already say that because they say that about me all the time. You don't do your homework, Lady Lock Club. Do your research like these people read. I laugh at those comments because the candy asses don't read books. They don't read at all. They don't even Google. Like if they did, they would start with a definition of the word hypocrisy or narcissism or cult. You know, it's very simple. 1 syllable, 4 letters, cult. They won't even do that. Like something called Dr. Seuss goes over their heads. Can you believe it? It doesn't take much to raise an eyebrow with them. Oh, it's so easy. And then they get triggered over the smallest things. And then they want to ask dumb questions that we could care less about. Do you trust Dan Bongino? Child, that is so irrelevant to you trusting the feds, sloppy Joe Kent. Because that's the point. You trusted the feds. And you only trusted the feds because Candace told you this Fed guy is okay. While the rest of them are not somehow. They couldn't even be consistent with that. You know, it's the hypocrisy for me. Candace, you got all your cult members looking like idiots.
Okay. This was her. 2 days ago, I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. After determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, I have deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. She has vetted it. In short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. Yes, you read that correctly. More specifically, that the green light was given to a small team in National Gendarmerie Intervention Group. I am told there was one Israeli that is on this assassination squad, and the plans were formalized. Here we go. Again, this person provided concrete proof that they were well placed within the French government apparatus. Further to this point, concrete, this person claims that Charlie Kirk's assassin trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. Hold up, wait a minute. This is all part of the investigation, so don't act like we're not asking because this is a question. She's telling you unequivocally.
Candace, I'm not even asking questions like that anymore. I'm just pretty much saying that's what happened. Because, you know, we're playing your game, girl. who was so far beyond that. We're playing your game. We're just asking questions. Candace, how much did you pay Tyler Robinson? You paid this boy. Did you promise him millions of dollars? Because, you working overtime to lie like hell to make that money. It's almost like you promised him way more than you actually would be able to generate. Like maybe she promised him 60 million and she's like, oh God, I haven't even earned that much. Candace paid on Tyler Robinson. Did you pay on Tyler Robinson, Candace Owens? Do you have to like sell the house to pay him or what? What type of money are we talking about, Candace? George, you're going to have to flip on Candace. She's kicking you in the eye either way. You might as well. You can't make this up. Candace, beating on George does not help your flight. I hope you know that. It does not help you. He's just going to run tail that and give up all the evidence. And then he's going to throw you underneath the bus. That's for kicking me in the eye. You can't make this up. You gave him a black eye. You want him to stay quiet, girl?
Concrete proof that she has information about the assassin.
Tell it like it is, y'all.
I didn't say it.
Stop beating on
She
him,
did.
Run, Jordan.
I didn't assume it. She did. I didn't say we had concrete proof. She did. If Candace Owens knows who killed Charlie Kirk, why hasn't it not been solved yet? If the Macrons put out a hit on her for the last 3 months, where and how is she still moving?
It's
already paid. Remember, $1.5 million. It's already paid for.
Candace, what evidence? What receipts?
I'm going to read this portion here. Again, this is what it says. Charlie Kirk's assassin trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement.
Candace, what's his name?
I didn't say it. Candace did. And for those of you...
So we got to go through the 13th Brigade of the French Gendarmeries. And we really got to go down the list of names. Candace, why are you making this harder than it should be? Can you just put up the photo? It better match. It better be somebody that's actually in this brigade. Because otherwise, you're just making this person up. Because you paid Tyler Robinson. And then you can expect him to stay quiet about this. He probably is pissed that he's still in jail. Like, he didn't see that coming. He was like, oh, no, I have to be here to my trial? You all don't have enough evidence to hold me? Yeah, we do. We can hold you. I don't think Candace was anticipating that. That's why she keeps trying to unravel this thing with no evidence at all. Because, if Candace, you did have evidence, why haven't you given this to the authorities? See, your cult members want to come in and distract from the bottom line of you not having any evidence. But, they want to ask about Dan Bongino. Either way, wouldn't Candace take that evidence to give it to a prosecutor? To the police? I have evidence that would prove, with irrefutable evidence of that would prove that this woman is involved in the unaliving of her husband. Why would she not give that to the authorities to get the bad guy off the street? Candace, is it because it's not real, it doesn't exist, or is it because it would implicate you? Which one is it? Candace, either it implicates you or the evidence doesn't exist. That's it. That's what it comes down to. So Candace is either going to be implicated in her so-called evidence or it's not real. Just like they want to think that Sloppy Joe Kent is somebody of importance. He's not. All I know, he's worked with the feds, and Candace trusted the feds because she trusted him.
That believes she is on to something. I mean, she's on something. I don't know if she's on to something, but she's definitely on something.
Candace, turn
For
over
those of you
evidence.
believing that she's on to something, I just need this one question answered by any of you. Why did she not run down who it was that killed Charlie, considering that she was told with concrete proof that the person talking to her knows who killed Charlie Kirk? And once you have that person, you can link as to the why they did it, who paid them to do it, and how it was managed. How is that not done?
Thank you, Juju.
I'm just asking the question.
We're just asking questions,
That's all.
Candace.
Just asking a question.
Come on, Candace.
I mean, y'all like the questions. I like questions too. I love questions. I love them. I also don't mind saying I don't know. So I'm just on the bridge right now, waiting for somebody to pass by and help me. Just help me out. Help a brother out. Help a brother out.
Yeah, the Candy asses wants Candace to become the FBI director, but they don't trust the feds. Are y'all seeing Marlon's chat? You got Candy asses up in here saying, somebody wrote in here, we need to stand up and ask Kash Patel be fired and Candace becomes FBI director. Why? You don't trust the feds. Why would you want her to be the director of a federal agency that you don't trust? They don't trust the government. They don't trust the feds because, you know, the cult leader said so. But they want her to be the FBI director? It's the hypocrisy for me. Y'all, they don't even know how to actually put 2 and 2 together. Like 2 plus 2 for them is like 16. It's not 4 at all. Something else. Y'all see this comment down here? You want Candace to be FBI director when you don't want the feds slop and you don't trust the feds. That means you don't trust them. You don't take anything they say seriously. You don't take it to heart. You just don't care if you don't trust it. No, they want her to be the director of an agency that they don't trust. Oh, dear God. They shouldn't even care who's the FBI director at this point, right? Oh, this is priceless.
Just help me out. Help a brother out. Help a brother out.
Oh, my God.
Candace knows who killed him. She doesn't need to do any further investigation. She already has the answer. So either she's okay with who killed him, she already knew who killed him, and she's not handing them over, or it was never about solving Charlie's death. It was about exploiting it.
Y'all. Yep.
She saw a window of opportunity to make some good dollars on the death of her friend, who she hadn't really had any contact with and conversation with for about a year and a half before he passed.
I will mirror.
Again, it's the game. Can I be fully mad at Candace for finding an exploitable hole for people who don't think? I can't blame her. If I knew there were people out there who would believe anything I say, they would just take it, eat it all up, and keep coming back for more and consider me God. I would do it if I had no moral compass. But I have a moral compass, so I probably wouldn't do it. But if I didn't have a moral compass, I'd be like Candace. I don't care if my friend died. Look, if I was like Candace and Corey tomorrow passed away, and I could find a way to say something along the lines of something conspiratorial happened to Corey, man, what? And make 10 million? Hear me out. If money was my God, then 10 million in a year. A year? Heck, it hasn't even been a year. I'm lying. It ain't even been a year. It's been 6 months, 7 months, 6 months. If you told me I could make 10 million off of a story that didn't happen, and I knew who the killer was, but didn't tell you, but I said I knew, and I could make $10 million, watch me. Watch me. Oh, I'd do it, and I would cry. I will learn how to, even if that means smelling salts or something, putting some kind of like onions under my eye before I get on the platform. I'll be, man, what? And I don't think he'd mind because he'd be dead. He can't say nothing. He can't do me nothing. He's gone. Corey gone. He's gone. 10 million? Negro, what? Yeah, I do it. Especially if I had the kind of following that she does where they don't think. It's okay.
Yeah, they don't read either.
They don't think.
I can't believe this.
The question, okay, you want proof? The question I just asked, you'll never see them give me an answer. I'm saying it right now, and I'm going on record. And if any of you see the answer in the comment section under this video, please let us know.
Yeah, this dude, whoever this person is down here, are just going hard in on this. CIA and FBI know nothing because, you know, Candy asses, y'all keep putting everything in all caps. Stop doing it. It's not necessary. That's the, you know, epitome of yelling. We can read the comments without you yelling. Why is you yelling? Y'all, this person down here is yelling like hell. CIA and FBI know nothing about investigation. You know, singular. It must be Mary Ann Laurent. Candace know better She deserved that position. It's got to be Marianne. Yeah. Failure to use the letter S at the end of certain terms that should be plural. Marianne, get out of the comment section.
The questions I asked, I will never, from any Candyite, get an answer. They will never tell me how that she knew who the killer was and never transferred any information to Tyler Robinson's lawyer or to the FBI. And she knew who the killer was and never told you. Why is that? I will never get an answer. No, never.
Lord have mercy.
And if I do get an answer, this is the answer they're gonna give me. They're gonna say, "You just don't understand."
Yeah, we know nothing. We read nothing. Blah blah blah.
You just don't understand. These crazy people could kill her. She has the truth, and she can't just hand it off to me. You can't trust anybody, but you can trust y'all though.
She trusts Sloppy Joe Kent. That's what's so funny. She trusts the guy that actually worked with the FBI and CIA. It's funny how she didn't trust them to investigate this so-called threat on her life. Candace, you dumb liar. Why didn't you tell Joe Kid about this assassination plot on your life again? You know, regale us. Give us all you got, girl. Why are you kicking George in the eye? I want to start with that.
She can trust y'all to give y'all the information. Egypt hasn't gone after her for telling them about the blue and yellow planes. Nobody went after her for talking about Israel. Candace has gone on vacation. Candace has partied her butt off.
Exactly, Andrew.
No answer.
They so stupid.
And you know what I really like the best, though? You know what I really like? This is my favorite part of this.
What's up?
Is that there are, instead of answering my questions, the first go-to, the one, and this is what they hate to, right? The way that they tell you is that you're going to, you support Israel and you're getting paid. That's the first thing they go to. So they can have a talking point like that. You go to a talking point, you're the problem. They won't answer my question, though. What happened to the killer that she knew about? It's really that simple. I don't need to know how close she is because she says she's close. 200 times. She's close. In any other hemisphere of investigations, if any lawyer, if I'm telling you now, if my lawyer came to me every damn week and told me we're close, I'd slap the tar out of it. I'd just knock him out and fire him on the spot. Hey, Mr. Brown, listen, the case is ongoing. We are really close to getting you off here. Don't worry. Next day, Mr. Brown, we just got some bombshell information. We're really close to getting you free. Day 5 in jail. Mr. Brown, listen.
Oh,
we are so close. Oh, we couldn't be closer. We are ridiculously close to getting you free. Day 10. Mr. Brown, you wouldn't believe what we found out. We're so close to getting you free. I'm sitting in jail 200 days, and every day this man coming to, I would have broke him off a long time ago. In any other world, in any other world, this would not be called an investigation. This would be called a trick.
Candace, it's not an investigation. It's you playing around with things you don't understand. Trying to use big words you can't define or spell or even pronounce correctly. You can't make this up. We saw a video of this girl butchering Bureau. It's so ridiculous. Burrow. Baruo. I mean, she could creep. She had to say that word at least 4 different ways. Oh, Candace. When you can't pronounce the term, you certainly should not be the director of the FBI. When you can't pronounce the B word in FBI. No. We don't need an idiot in that position that cannot read or tell you the difference between the letter N and the number 9. Candace said this herself, amongst many other things that are all equally stupid. Like, you can make this up. Candace, how about you pay Tyler Robinson?
This would be called a grift. But for Candace and her Candyites, she's the truth.
Candiases.
She's pursuing this. Her friend has been killed and she needs to get to the bottom of it. And his wife is a piece of crap traitor, vermin, but sicko, nasty, disgusting piece of crap white woman. I didn't say it. Y'all did. Most disgusting,
Yeah, it
evil,
is.
wicked, vile, sick woman out there. She probably even had a hand in killing her husband.
Candy has to
Well, if
say
that's
it.
the case, hear me out. If that's the case, say Erica did have a hand in killing her husband. Let's go down that rabbit hole real quick. If Erica had a hand in killing her husband, you know who would know? Candace. Because she was told. She was told by her concrete source that told her about her hit that they knew who killed Charlie.
Y'all know who Candace's source is? Do y'all know who Candace's source is? Candace. Your source and I had a whole conversation today, girl. Candace, your source is not happy. Your source wants to know, how did George get a black eye? Okay? Because he said he had nothing to do with it. See, Griffin said, no, it's not my fault. He had nothing to do with that black eye. He told me so himself. He wants everyone to know that he had no part of George getting a black eye. He does not condone violence. He certainly does not condone Candace kicking people in the eyes. None of that. Okay? So Grimace wants you all to know that. Everything that happens that Candace is doing to George, she's doing it on her own. But Candace, Grimace is trying to figure out, why haven't you submitted this so-called evidence to the prosecutor? You know, because you know who did it, right? Why haven't you turned this over to the prosecutor? Y'all say hello to Grimace. Candace, Grimace said Craig is whack and he's sick of it. He's like, I'm just a byproduct of all of this. I'm not initiating anything. He said he's there to observe and report. Candace. That yeast infection is something else, girl. You had to know I was going at heifer. You sitting here taking your itching and scratching and burning and pain sensation of that yeast infection out on George like that. So he's got to have a black eye because your 12-year-old yeast infection just won't go away. It's the monostat 7, Candace. It's not strong enough. You got to get the hospital straight.
We're not going to find out who killed Charlie from Candace, by the way. I really can't wait to find out what the court case says and what information they have and video footage they have.
Oh, my God.
And then for her to come back and say this doctored footage.
She doesn't even
it's
care.
Not the right footage. They're lying to you about the footage. They didn't show you everything. They succeeded in the cover-up. Israel paid the jurors. Israel paid the judge.
I know, right?
I can't wait for all that. Suppose Tyler Robinson is convicted and he gets the chair. What you going to say? The case was...
Candace is going to say, well, at least I don't have to pay him the money now. Because she won't. If she gives it to him now, it's going to look weird. Because, he's in jail. It's not like he's out here earning that type of money. So it would look really weird for, $40 million to show up in his account. It's got to be in the millions. My guess is around half of whatever she's made in 6 months. I believe she probably promised him a percentage. Not necessarily a dollar amount. Just a percentage. Candace, how much? What is that percentage? How much, girl? Because you've made $60 million in 6 months, and that's on the lower end. You've probably made more than that. You won't show us your tax statements. But how much did you promise Tyler Robinson? George might be trying to get out of the situation. George, go to the FBI and be done with it.
Intentionally done that way because Mossad. But meanwhile, I'm supposed to take your, 6-month investigation that yielded nothing as a better option?
She did not.
Say I did care for Charlie the way that these people care for Charlie. Say I had an invested interest in Charlie to where my heart was ripped asunder because he died.
Candace doesn't care.
I don't know how you in good conscience, as someone who said you cared about Charlie, can sit listening to Candace do what she does and still consider yourself either a fan or, if you are closer, a friend to who he was. That goes to people like Brandon Tatum too. But we understand why Brandon won't say nothing. That's money. You can't mess with money. Same way, 10 million. And look, he makes his money. He gets what he got to get. I understand why he won't say nothing. That's a business decision.
No, Brandon Tatum is a coward. He will still have his money. Probably would get a lot more because people will see that he's not willing to compromise his values. You know, the candy asses, they're going to watch either way, whether they like what you're saying or not. They still do. They watch. They watch my video. Candace, watch. Candace, you're bad at this. You are god awful at this. For anyone to be able to just sit here and ask, how much did you pay Tyler Robinson? Candace, obviously you said and done a lot of things for people to walk away with this impression that they should be asking you, how much did you pay Tyler Robinson? Because you said and done a lot of things for people to walk away asking that question very comfortably. I feel nothing asking you that, Candace. How much did you pay Tyler Robinson to carry out this hit on Charlie Kirk? You were looking forward to that grand reunion. You want TPUSA to yourself. You can't have it. It's not yours. Get over it. Now George got a black eye and you got a broken foot. You're telling on yourself, Candace. George, you might as well just go all the way there. You're not to still out in the middle of the night. Just grab the kids and run out the house. And then call the police. Wave the white flag. We'll get you some help. Candace, you up there silencing that man? What you doing, Candace? Because we're going to keep asking questions until you start answering, Candace. See, this is what happens when you sit here and lie. That stuff ricochets and it comes back and boomerangs right in your head. Now people are pulling up DUI records on George Farmer. We're asking, how much did you pay Tyler Robinson? Like, you see how this goes, Candace? That stuff is not going to go unnoticed. We're going to keep asking the question until you tell us how much you paid this boy. Because if you had concrete evidence, you would have given it to the prosecutor. Because, I mean, wouldn't you want the bad guy in jail? Candace, when you're the bad guy, of course you don't want to go to jail. You're a coward. You're a punk. You don't want to face the penalty of your actions. Of course not. You had the most to gain. And you've been gaining it in our face. And you keep doubling down on how you think you're number one on the planet. And you're not. But as opposed to you taking that L, you want to keep being narcissistic about it. So, okay. We're going to keep asking you, how much did you pay Tyler Robinson to take out Charlie Kirk? Candace Owens? Just so it's clear to the candy asses, I'm asking your cult leader, how much did she pay Tyler Robinson to take out Charlie Kirk? Just so we're clear.
But for the other people who have no vested interest in money, why are you standing for this nonsense?
Child.
You keep getting led on these rabbit trails, tributaries everywhere, conspiracy theories galore. And not one time has she ever done like Jen Psaki and circled around. She's never come back to the circle around. She never circled back to it. Never once. She'll start a theory, run with it, leave it there, run another one, and learn another one, and run another one, and run another one.
Out of confusion.
But I think it's by design.
Yep.
Because I do believe that she's making what she can, as much as she can, and as quickly as she can, and she does not care whether there's justice for Charlie or not.
Nope.
Charlie was not what she says he was to her. She hated the man. She will always hate the man because he didn't pick her. And she had to act as soft as she could towards the death of him with his wife because she was still having her plan formulating. It's that simple.
Yep.
This whole thing has become a soap opera.
Yep.
And what was supposed to be supposedly a look into who did what to their friend has become an absolute drama-filled tomfoolery. Nobody gives a damn about finding out the truth about what happened. They do not. They're interested in blaming who they want to blame and whenever they can blame them to fit a narrative on both sides. They do not care. Because in essence, Charlie was not that big of a friend to anybody. Candace Owens knows exactly what she's doing, and she's a piece of crap for doing it.
Yep.
She's a worthless human being for exploiting the death of her so-called friend. She's a piece of crap for knowing who killed him and not reporting it to anybody to get to the bottom of it and find some sort of closure for his kids. She's an absolute vile piece of crap for doing all of that.
Yep.
Bottom-dwelling, scum-sucking, scum of the earth human being for doing that. For taking some people's pain, namely his kids, and exploiting it for cash and laughing about it.
Every step of the way.
Hear me out. If you hated the wife, say you hated Erica. Okay, cool. You hate Erica and you think she's something vile. She's evil. She was behind something. You know what she could have easily done? She could have easily just gone ahead and reported all the information she had to investigators on Tyler's side.
Thank you.
She could have worked with Tyler to expose the hypocrisy of the FBI. She didn't even do that.
Nope.
She has never told you.
Because Candace trusts the feds. You know, sloppy Joe Kent. She trusts him. He vetted Mitch Snow. And that idiot is set to get $145,000 plus dollars. What's the pot looking like over there on the Save Go now for Mitch Snow? Anyone know the number? What is the number up to? I'm sure it's gone up since he's done another interview. You know, because he's got to earn that money. He hadn't earned it. Candace be listening to me. I made a joke and said he had not earned that money. I can't believe it was that easy for him. And now what? You see him in another podcast talking about how he did not get the money. And he was vetted by Joe Kent. Go figure. Candace trusts him. Candace. Mitch Snow forgot to shut the hell up. He's out here tattling on you. He put it out there that you trust the feds. You know, that same Fed slop you keep telling your cult members not to eat. You're eating the sloppy Joe and you're telling them not to eat it. It makes no sense. So whatever Joe Kent told you, you just soaked it up? Really? You didn't try to run it by your cult and say, hey guys, I just got this information from someone that works with the FBI and CIA. I need to make sure this is on the up and up. You know, because we don't trust the feds. You didn't even try, girl. and they are trying to now make excuses for it and asking us about other Fed members. Well, we don't have a problem with Tyler Robinson pulling the trigger on the gun. We've seen video evidence of it. We know DNA evidence exists. It's your cult members that can't seem to add 3 + 1. You know, because they don't understand that. It's too complex for them. Don't give them multiplication. That's really going to break their brain. Ask them to spell the word hypocrisy and they just, they're going to explode. Candace, you're the one that set up this hypocrisy. But yet you believe Joe Kent the whole time. Your cult members should be pissed at you. How dare you believe the feds and the CIA? Oh no, 2 and 1. We got a 2 for 1. And you believed him. How dare you? We don't trust the feds. What are you talking about, Candace? Can't believe it. You deceived us. You lied to us. You actually trusted a Fed. She did. Because, see, deep down, Candace, how much did you pay Tyler Robinson? Because if it were anyone else, she would have already told the prosecutor that. She would have reported that to the investigators in the state of Utah that's spearheading the investigation. Now, Candace knows she can't even watch the hearings. She can't even play a video from it. You know why? It hits too close to home for her. Candace, how much did you promise Tyler Robinson?
Once that she's been working with Tyler's lawyers to get an innocent man off by exposing who actually did it. She's not doing that because she does not give a damn about finding justice at all or who killed, because in essence, that would end the money trail.
Candace. Yep. Candace.
That would end it.
Yep.
But she cared about Charlie. Loved him. Best friend, like a brother. You don't have to love the wife, but his offspring didn't do nothing to you. His offspring still got to hear all this bull that you spouting all over the place without
she
any
jealous of
sort
kids.
of proof. Just your thoughts about it.
Candace jealous of the kids.
I hope that I never have friends like that. If something ever happens to me, and I trust Corey. I really do. I trust that man. He's a true brother. I trust him. But if I die by some mysterious, untoward circumstances, I can be rest assured that in the background, away from public light, if Corey can help with the investigation, he's going to do what he can to get to the bottom of what happened. And you will never hear about it online. Never. You know why? Because he cares about my family. He cares about the fallout, my kids hearing about stuff. He cares about the fallout about my wife hearing about stuff. The same way I would care that if something happened to Corey, that I would work my behind off to find out what happened. And you will never hear me talk about it because I care about his family. His family is like family to me. If I espoused ever having love for my brother Corey and I do that shit, punch me in the face. And no, right off the rip, I was never a friend of Corey. I hated Corey. Corey would have been the absolute most vile, sick human being to me. You would never see me online doing that. Ever. Which is why I know for a fact that Candace hated Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
She hated him with the kind of hate that the devil hates God.
Oh, woo!
I said it.
Say it again.
She's a sick human being.
Candace, you hated Charlie Kirk with the same hate that the devil hates God. No truer words have ever been spoken. That's the truth right there. Candace, how much did you pay Tyler Robinson? Because you paid that boy. You gave him some money. You paid him for doing what he did. Candace does not care even about the two kids. She don't even care about them. She probably jealous that they're not her kids. Candace is not the type of person that shows that she even loves herself. George got a black eye. She got a broken foot. That's the extent to which Candace cares about anything going on with her own household. Candace, what happened to your foot again? How did George get a black eye? If you cared, you would sit here and at least say, George is fine. This, that, and the third happened. Here's the evidence on it. No, I did not kick him in the eye. If you cared, you would say something so that we're not sitting here asking questions about spousal abuse in your home. Because you've got 4 kids with him. Whether you had the kids or they're his or not, 4 small children in that house. And they don't deserve to see their dad walking around or male figure, whatever, with a black eye. So now you've got to get a nanny for the kids plus a tutor because you're not homeschooling anybody. You're too busy obsessing over how to tear down TPUSA and Erica Kirk. Now you've got a broken foot and he's got a black eye. They probably not even walking around the house at the same time. They're certainly not sleeping in the same room. Why would they? He got a black eye. He don't even want to stand next to her when she takes a photo. But he didn't cover it up, Candace. See, that's something you didn't plan on. You didn't plan on him actually walking around as clear and plain as day. No makeup, no shades, no nothing. He wanted that to be captured. He wanted someone to see that. Candace, what the hell are you doing to George? Because you're too busy obsessing over a deceased person that was not even your friend, let alone your husband. And now George has a black eye and you don't want people to ask you about why he's got a black eye. What are you doing to him? Because why would he be so careless in wanting us to see that black eye? He wanted us to see that. George wanted us to see that he had a black eye. If he didn't want people to know, he would have worn some shades. He would have had on some makeup. He took time to buy a cup of coffee or whatever he was drinking in that cup. He would have taken time to put on some shades. He wanted us to see that. Candace, what the hell are you doing here? You dumb demon. George, get the kids out that house.
Scorned or jealous or both. Or
Candace crazy.
Absolute wackadoo. And she really did like Corey. No, she really did like Charlie. And she snapped. She might have been really loved Charlie as a friend. And his death cracked.
She don't talk about her kids at all. She don't, Cheryl.
And she absolutely lost all semblance of reality. And she's gone. She's no longer here among us. And she's coming up with every and all possibilities to make sense of what happened to Charlie. And she needs help. She needs some mental help. Or something far more nefarious. And she's doing what she's doing because she had a plan to use his death for monetary gain.
You got to pay Tyler Robinson.
And I find that to be sick in any realm because no one's helping her, especially her husband. And she'll never get to the bottom of this because she has no power to. She cannot help with the case because she's not willing to, because she told you the FBI can't be trusted. She's not giving information to the FBI because they can't be trusted.
Yep.
And she told you that the FBI is already under the power of the Israeli nation, who she says has a hand in her death, so she'll never hand this over to people. Never. She does not care to find the truth about Charlie's death. And she never will.
Nope.
Because this is making her too much money. And money is her God. Even when she was at the Catholics for Catholics thing, all she could talk about was herself. Her and she and I and I and me and me and I and me and me and I and me and me. And for God's sake, that's the only time she mentioned God is in passing. And me and I, and Christ is King. I and me and me and I and me. Man, I'm such and me. When I was running I and me, I thank God for I and me, I and me.
God gonna say, oh, okay, cool. I know how to get you back.
She essentially said, give me the check, F Charlie. Give me the check, F Charlie's kids. F them kids. She pulled a straight up Charleston White. F them kids.
Yeah, F them kids.
F them kids.
Yep.
So I will end with this because I want the questions answered. And this is for the Candyites and the Candyites only. And I'm going to make sure I phrase it properly. Okay? So in case you don't want to go through the whole video and hear me berate your golden calf, let me give you the questions this way. What happened, or sorry, say, whatever happened to the tip that a concrete governmental source gave her about knowing who Charlie's killer was? That's the only question. I'm not even going to make it hurt your 2 brain cells that you got. I'm just going to leave it to answer just one. I'm not going to burden you with any more than that. Because you're going to have a hell of a time answering that question for me.
Oh, they're not going to answer.
Well, you're not going to answer the question. That's what you're not going to answer the question. But I'm going to give it to you anyway and hope that you do. Whatever happened to the lead that her concrete governmental source gave her about knowing who trained and killed Charlie Kirk? If you can answer me that, then you would have an answer as to how close she really is and why she always knew who did it and did not give a damn to get to the bottom of it, because his death meant more money for her because y'all pay to watch. You guys are sick.
Yep.
You're sick.
Oh, they're dumb bots. Oh my God. It's the copy and paste for me and the lack of creativity in the comment section. Only one came up tonight and he was funny. That was about it. Why they're trying to dodge and pivot away from the idea that Candace trusts the feds. She does trust the feds. Sloppy Joe Kent. But she won't let him give any information about her so-called threat on her life, from French government and this Israeli operative, blah, blah, blah. Was it the French brigade, the 13th brigade? What's his name again, Candace? The trained operative in the French 13th brigade. Because you said that's the person that was trained to take Charlie out, right? Never mind, you could probably prove you've given some money to Tyler Robinson, but whatever. What's that person's name, Candace? So we can look him up? Because we can just look him up. You do realize that, Candace. Candace, you do know we can look this person up if you gave us a name. You put stuff like that out there, and people are like, okay, what's his name? So we can pull him up. Pull up a photo. You know, have the investigators go get him. You know, have the bad guy locked up. What? Why would you not want that person in jail? Because they should be in jail, Candace. Candace, you're an idiot. I just want you to know that. And I say that with all I got. Candace is an idiot. A dumb, demonic, evil idiot from another planet, an alien. She's a White Walker. She's a walking yeast infection. You know, one that's been stuck on her for over 10 years. Somehow that yeast infection told her she didn't have to pay rent for 6 or 7 months. Oh, Grimace. Crack is wet, Candace. And you kicking George in the eye, giving him black eyes. Like Candace, you are evil. You're a dumb demon. Give us the name of this person from the French 13th Brigade, because you made it that very specific. No one told you to narrow it down to somebody in the French 13th Brigade. You chose to do that. You chose to do that, Candace. In a whole post. And you keep mad when people say that Eric Kirk is going to sue you. That's inevitable. Candace, Erica Kirk is going to sue the crap out of you. For all that $60 million you think you've earned, whatever the percentage you promised Tyler Robinson, yeah, tell him he's going to have to get it from Erica Kirk because she's going to sue the crap out of you. You also have court April 28th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have to. Can't make this up.
But I understand why you're sick, because you're just as narcissistic as she is. You love saying that I knew. We've seen you. You come in the comment section all the time. If y'all only knew what I knew, I know, but I know, and I know. I know. You always know. And even if you know, you don't tell nobody.
Marley going in.
You know so much that you don't even report it to the FBI. You know.
Of course not. They don't like the FBI. Except
She got you all wrapped around pinky finger, toenail, and a turd, and you don't care. You're plastered to her turd, and you don't even care how it smells. As long as it proves that you know something.
Yeah.
So let me ask again. What ever happened to the informational source that was so concrete from the government of France about the killer of Charlie Kirk? Whatever happened to that tip? And if she knew that somebody knew who did it, why has she done nothing about it? If you got that answer, leave it in the comment section below. But I'm telling you, better answer the question. Don't come with me high fluting. How much you getting paid? That just proves that exactly.
I'm waiting on. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm with him. Yeah, that question gets old to the point where a long time ago I decided, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell them to give me the money. Why does it have to be 7,000? Make it a 70,000. Add another zero to that. Yeah. Put a 1 in front of it. Make it 17,000. Stop being cheap. That's all I'm saying. That money doesn't change anything about Candace paying Tyler Robinson. X amount of dollars, a percentage. Candace, how much is that again? I've never seen cult members work overtime to dodge and deflect for them not trusting the feds. Meanwhile, Candace trusted Joe Kent, who worked for the feds the entire time. And Mitch Snow is the one that told on her. And they won't go after him to save their lives. No, they try to dodge and deflect and ask us about another person that worked with the feds. How does that solve the problem of your cult leader trusting the feds again? Because she trusted the feds. Me trusting them is irrelevant. I never said I didn't. I just want her to stop impersonating them. Because that's a crime, Candace. It's a federal crime. Just like you selling the CIA logo merch when you don't have permission from the CIA to sell a damn thing. That's a crime. But I just want her to stop sitting here impersonating investigators. Her choosing to break the laws on her. Her and all the mommy slews that are impersonating federal investigators. You know, the drunk moms. Oh, man. The stay-at-home drunk-ass mamas. Well, she won't even stop doing that. So asking her how much did she promise Tyler Robinson is not too far-fetched. Because otherwise, why wouldn't you just report his ass and give the prosecutor all that you know? So that he lands and stays there? Candace, even if you had a hand in this, to which I'm starting to believe you did. I've been believing you did a long time ago. Why wouldn't you want all of this to be pinned on Tyler Robinson? Because either you had something to gain from it or you got a lot to lose. You got a lot to lose, so you don't want to be associated with the unaliving of someone. So why not just pin all of it on him? You worried about him being in prison for the rest of his life, but you can't justify why you failed to give evidence to the prosecutors yourself from this so-called French 13th Brigade. What about those payments with Club de Sant for your unaliving? Did Joe Kent know about those payments? When you gonna post evidence on that? The candy asses never come with evidence or documentation. They just come with dumbass copy-paste questions. They don't even try to get creative with it. It shows their limited thinking. But they won't even show evidence of these so-called transactions to Club de Sant. That's what Candace said. Payments are going to Club de Sant from the French president. That's being paid to have me assassinated. That's what she said. Where are those payments at, Candace? Show us payments, girl. You got a lot of evidence to produce because you say a lot of things, Candace, but produce zero evidence. Why wouldn't you want that to happen if you had nothing to do with it? Or would the evidence lead back to you? Because, you know, following the money is something that they're good with doing in the feds. You can call it fed slop all day, but numbers are numbers, and they don't lie. They will follow the money. Will they not? Hit the phone. The feds will follow the money. Candace, how much did you promise Tyler Robinson?
What I'm saying is true. You have no brain cells to rub together to answer the question, and you're not looking for the answer. You're looking to be right in some way, shape, form, or fashion because you love you some you. But if one of you have the answer, I can't wait. I'm sure you'll be close to giving me the answer. Super close. You'll be so close to getting the answer, Marlon. When you get the answer, they'll be close to giving you the answer. They're really close. Super close. Real close.
I'm still
so
waiting
close.
for my 7K.
Anyways,
still okay.
I'm glad to be back. I'll still be sporadic because I'm still healing my voice, but I'll be back again. And I appreciate those of you that tuned in to this live. I really do. We'll catch you on another side, the flip side, when we talk some more about it. And trust and believe me, we ain't letting this one go just like that. Nope, we're not.
Awesome.
And as soon as we are close to getting the answer from Candyites, we'll let you know. We're really close, though, to getting it. Super close. Real close. So close. Close, close. Mega close. Close, close. Close. Dangerously close. Oh, Lordy. Anyhow, y'all have a good rest of your night. And we're going to catch you on the next one. As my brother Corey always say, please wake up before you go to sleep.
I stereotype the math, the after, you post conflict, I call it context, two lenses, one text, next two flex, they clip a clip, do quick fix the narrative, I stitch the stitch back to the narrative, when the feed a frenzy, rewind, all the friendly faces.
Candace.
So I'm kind of mad at myself because this whole time that we've
Mira
been going
did a video, honey. Mira was like, oh, you can't come back from this girl. Candace. Y'all, this is the one with the thumbnail of Candace being kissed all over the face by this other woman. Candace, what's the name of your girlfriend?
Miss Owens and calling her out. And I'll remind you that we've been talking about how psycho she was way before it was cool and interesting and obvious to most people. But we've been so focused on dealing with all of the crazy things she says day by day by day that none of us have done like an expose on her. I mean, Candace Owens' history is so fickle. It's so insane that this woman actually still has legitimacy. Everything about her, from the fact that she used to run a doxing site, even though she pretended to be a champion of free speech for the conservative right, she's flicked from left to right, left to right. But most importantly, what I find unbelievably weird about her, besides her unbelievable ability at manipulation, and specifically the Joe Kent story right now is crazy, and we'll get to that in a second, is her weird marriage story. Look, she's this American, okay, even though she's not for America, who meets this British guy and in 16 days just gets engaged to him. Is that a bit off? Isn't that just a little bit of a weird story? We're not talking about somebody who comes from a place where this is culturally normal. Neither is the guy that she's marrying coming from a place where this is culturally normal. And now we're hearing reports that he's supposedly, obviously, to people who know him, gay. And maybe Candace is actually also gay. And guys, look, I'm not somebody who likes to peddle in conspiracy theories, but some of the stuff that I've seen is a little bit weird and just a little bit off. And I don't know why we've never dug into Candace. I mean, that seems to me like an obvious Daily Wire show, the bride of whatever her husband's name is. But first, let's talk about the weird stuff that's going on with Joe Kent and why she's been thrown once again into the limelight of being a psychopath and how insane this story truly.
Oh, yo, there is a video, Mira, Bride of Charlie. We went over that. It was like almost 3 hours long. It was good. We went over that with Just Facts. Is it Just Facts? Just Me Facts? Y'all let me know. Wasn't it Just Facts we checked out? Just Facts Me? Oh, God. We saw one of his videos tonight. Facts Me. Facts Me did a video on, thumb up, Carol. A video on the bride of Charlie. Facts Me did it. It's so good, Mira. You got to see it, girl.
Really is. Welcome to the Pushback. I'm Ira K. Let's watch this video for a second.
Candace has just told the whole world that the director of counterterrorism started a communication relationship with her after Charlie Kirk was assassinated while he was on the job in counterterrorism, and she was a podcaster speaking about this. And then she has text messages that Andrew says he gave to Joe Kent.
I didn't even know Joe Kent at all. Had never had a single communication with Joe Kent until.
By the way, when liars lie, they do this. You know this? She always does it. I find this interesting that we should make a video about that. Just all the times that Candace says something and goes like this. Just watch her eyes a second.
And then she has text messages that Andrew says he gave to Joe.
Why are you pausing?
I had never had a single communication with Joe Kent.
Do you see that? Did you guys see that? Watch it again.
Yeah, she looks to the side because she can't face the camera because she's lying. Y'all, body language and eye contact, major things to look for when someone's lying. And they do it in the Reed method with interrogations. They look at body language and eye contact. First things to look for.
Why isn't it
about this? And then she has text messages that Andrew says he gave to Joe.
Of course. Now
Kent at all. Had never had a single communication with Joe Kent until after.
Hello, I'm Candace Owens. You know how people with dials rub their nose? By the way, so many people say, Mira, you rub your nose yet? Because I have an issue with my nose. I have no cartilage and it gets really itchy. Fun fact about me. But that's literally Candace right now.
Charlie Kirk was assassinated. That is the honest to God truth. I didn't know this man at all. Joe Kent did not leak me anything for the purpose of attacking Erica Kirk.
All she said was that Laura Loomer's assertion that the texts were given by Joe Kent to Candace in order to hurt Erica Kirk was false. And we're supposed to believe Joe Kent when he goes on Mark Levin and says that he never gave the text messages to Candace Owens.
Did you give it to Candace Owens? Yes or no?
I did not give anything to Candace Owens, no.
I mean, it could be, look, here's something that everybody needs to understand about lying and manipulation tactics. You always have to listen very, very carefully to the specific words that are being used by manipulators, because what they are unbelievable at doing, unless they're just outright liars, but normally a good liar doesn't say, no, I did not. They word everything they say carefully. So in this case, Candace Owens doesn't say, no, I didn't get the information from Joe Kent. She says, I didn't get the information from Joe Kent for the purpose of destroying Erica Kirk, meaning there was a different purpose to it. And Joe Kent says, no, I did not give those texts over. However, it's very, very possible that he had an assistant send them, right? Because he wouldn't send them, or he had a friend send them. So it was him who sent them because he's the one who had access, but somebody else did it. And therefore they can use the wording I. Now, do I know that for a fact? No, but that's just a very classic manipulation tactic of.
So, child, you right on with that. Candace don't cite anything for facts. That's the last thing that girl do. When does Candace present any facts? Candace, we don't owe you nothing, girl. Anything you can say and do, we can do better. We will do everything better than you. You understand? You walk around here and just flat out accuse people of being involved in a whole murk, and you have zero evidence, and you have not proven that you've taken any of it to a prosecutor or the investigator, because the authorities is where you should be turning that information over. And then if they don't do something about it, at least you have confirmation you gave it to them, like anyone else would if they want the bad guy in jail. No, she can't even prove that she's given anything to them. And the candy asses, they go out and they make these pre-recorded, fabricated excuses for her. Well, it's because she doesn't trust the facts, but she trusted Joe Kent. Mitch Snow said that. Mitch Snow said Joe Kent vetted him. So either Mitch Snow is lying like hell, or Candace and Mitch Snow are both lying like hell. Which one is it? Come on, candy asses. Is your cult leader lying, or is Mitch Snow lying on her? Because it can't be both. He said that Candace trusts him. She trusts somebody that worked with the feds. And that Joe Kent vetted him. That's what Mitch Snow said. And you people gave him over $144,000. So which one is it? Is Candace lying, or Mitch Snow and Candace lying?
Used taking the wording that somebody says about them and then making it sound like they're saying one thing, but truthfully, their words are actually saying something different. And this is something that Candace does all the time. But we're not here to just talk about the Joe Kent. We're here to talk about this weird video.
I know, right?
Candace.
So weird, Candace.
Why isn't it playing now?
And yeah, maybe Candace got a little chubby in quarantine, but at least I'm
Candace.
Why is
it so weird
today? Why are none of my videos working, guys?
still cute because I'm.
That's not it.
Look at the girl kissing her.
Who is that?
Look how weird this video is.
Hey guys, it's me, Samantha. Who is this? I'm still perfect and pretty and skinny. And yeah, maybe Candace got a little chubby in quarantine.
Candace, is her name Samantha? Or are you just saying like an arbitrary name? What's your girlfriend's name, Candace? Because, it's obviously your girlfriend.
But at least I'm still cute because I'm.
That's not it.
I find that image to be a little bit weird. Okay. Now, girls often take pictures with other girls in like crude, weird ways. I don't think that this is an indicator for anything. Like, this is something that girls often do. I've never understood it. It's not really my vibe. And look, again, if you're gonna be gay, go ahead, do it. That's your choice. I have no.
That's all I was saying, Candace. You and George come out of the closet. What are you hiding at this point? Because we all know you don't mean it when you say Christ is king. We know you don't mean it. What are you hiding at this point? It's way too many photos and videos of you with these other women like this. Goodness gracious. And it looks like the same one.
Thoughts on the matter. But if you're a political figure and you're public about basically everything in your life and you flaunt your marriage all the time and you're hiding that, that's a big thing and an indicator of something might be a little bit off about who you truly are. Now, back to the political stuff. Let's listen to this interesting voice note.
Idea to get a dishonorable discharge.
No, Candace Owens and I will be very upfront about this, and this is the first time I've actually spoken on it, so this is probably going to be recorded and put in a Daily Beast article tomorrow.
Oh,
but I was with Charlie Kirk when Candace Owens and I met Candace Owens at the Trump International Hotel first time that he met her as well. She had a YouTube channel.
Who's talking?
She was doing decent views. She was in the accounting field, and
do y'all know who's talking? The ex conferences, it's hard to figure out which one is talking. Y'all know whose voice this is?
so Charlie brought Candace on Turning Point USA. We made her a comms director.
I said it was Ben Shapiro. It was Charlie that started that brought her on.
Yes,
Oh, that was
yes.
Oh my
And so
God.
Charlie brought her on, and I was around at the time. She
Okay.
pissed off a lot of people on the board of directors, especially Bill Montgomery, who was the one who started Turning Point basically with his donation. Charlie met him, I think, at the RNC back in wasn't 2016. It was the cycle before. But he met him there.
Oh,
Bill
Ryan
Montgomery was
Fournier.
basically the head of
Sorry.
the board, and unfortunately, Bill.
Okay, so the guy's talking is Ryan Fournier. I want just let me know if he threw Candace and Joe under the bus. Okay, let me know. I don't know. I can't tell which icon is lit. Like, you do a StreamYard, like it lights up the icon or whatever. Over here on X, I can't tell who's talking to what. I don't know. There's no way for me to tell.
Passed from COVID in 2020. And nobody on the board of directors like Candace Owens. She was forced out of Turning Point USA because she is a cunt. She is an now let me just say this, and I want this on the record. She is a disgusting fucking human being. She has no personality whatsoever. She is a nasty character, and I have nothing but disregard for her because everybody who gave her something, she took it away. She stepped on our backs to gain fame. She is a lying, phony bitch, and I want nothing to do with her. And I don't want anybody in this movement to associate with her because I can't stand her. Well, and I will tell her to her face on a live interview if I have to. Fuck you. Well, I like that.
Candace, girl, who you done made mad, girl? You done pissed him off some good, girl. Candace. Oh, that's got to be as scorching as George's black eye. Y'all, if black eyes could talk, that's it. Candace done pissed this man off to no avail. Oh, Candace. Oh my God. That is Ryan Fournier, y'all. Oh, Candace, he went in on you. Oh, goodness gracious. Candace, you are the worst of the worst, girl. If black eyes could talk, that would be it. Boy, you talk about somebody that's like, oh, I'm so done. She can kiss my ass. Candace, Ryan Fournier said you can kick rocks barefoot. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. I'm just going to say Ryan. Ryan said kick rocks barefoot and jump off a bridge, girl. Bye.
Well, I like that. And
sorry, I'm not used to hearing language like that. But it's fun to hear somebody who knows Candace just say it out loud for what we all kind of know to be true. And honestly, seeing as you all know the meaning of the C word, I kind of think that it's derogatory to the female anatomy to compare Candace. You know, I just feel like it's not fair. It's just not fair because Candace is just so many layers below the meaning of that word. I don't know. I don't feel like it's a fair equation if you're asking me.
just so you know, Ryan, I have given her a new name after her recent comments. She is not Candace anymore. It's Candy. We're just calling her Candy from now on. She's a two-bit.
Well, her and her little husband took over Parler, and they're so fucking retarded, fucked Parler over, that they didn't even know how to do coding to get rid of metadata on photos, which is why everybody was persecuted who posted photos on Parler. Wow. Because the FBI took the metadata after they had a subpoena of every photo taken on every location there that was posted to that app. So you can thank Candace Owens and her little cunt fucking...
Candace, you still an idiot. You got the metadata on the photos. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Candace, do you understand what that metadata means to an FBI agent? You moron. You can't make this up. Candace, you and George together are still dumb. Their IQ combined has to be shy of 38. Like 38.1. Oh my God. You put George and Candace together and they're still the IQ of 38.1. Girl, how did you leave that? Yeah, you would think the so-called impersonators that out here impersonating investigators, aka drunken mommy sleuths, would at least say, listen, don't leave metadata on photos, you know, especially like the locations, anything. It can be traced. Like you would think they would tell her that. Candace, you're an idiot. You can't make this stuff up. And they got the audacity to go around trying to dox people. Yeah. Why? Because Candace is a moron?
London husband. Fuck them.
Well,
that intentional?
and that's not even mentioning the relationship with Andrew Tate. Well, let's go back into the idea here. So that
Okay, so that was very intense for everybody who was listening to that. But here's the important thing that we need to pull out from all this. Besides the fact that her relationship is super weird, like, watch this.
For me, and for Charlie Kirk, with about 30 people. So I had no idea that there was a dinner being thrown in my honor in which he kind of pawned it off to me to organize the dinner. So he told me that he had actually a bunch of people waiting for me. I get out of Russell Brand's house, and I was very apologetic when I...
She's just making, it's like she's just winging this. Candace, you sitting here pulling George down this dumbass lie with you. Yeah, she's giving that look like she's just winging this. None of this is rehearsed, but none of it's true either. She's making it up. Y'all can't tell. Look at this. She just making this up. Just saying stuff. And she kind of looking at him like she wants just go along with this. With her alien nose. Like, it's just go along with this. Whether it's true or not is irrelevant. It's good. It's just good TV. She's shooting him just look for confirmation. Not because they're sharing an experience or anything. It's like, I'm just gonna say these things. Just don't interrupt. He didn't chime in to say, no, I don't remember that. He just didn't say anything at all. I would try to pay attention to her body language.
And I was very apologetic when I
Look at the long
got
blink.
because I like to be punctual. And I sat next to you.
Get away.
He basically said nothing to me. Correct. I did what I've done for the past 6 years. Told me that
said nothing.
Oh, that's awkward. You never want your husband to say that he can't say a word because you talk too much. That's always embarrassing. But here's the different things that we're starting to concoct. And again, am I going to be able to pull off a series exposing how psychopathic Candace Owens is? No, I really hope the Daily Wire will too. But here's what we need to see from this. Number one, people who knew her, like the Ryan guy, friggin' hate her. The board of Turning Point USA had no interest in her. She married this guy in a really weird story. There's videos of her looking very off sexually, and there's many reports that her husband is also a little bit off sexually. You've got her lying in her manipulation tactics being off the record and no fear or shame of using really, really dirty ways of getting her way publicly. And all in all, I feel like we've got this interesting story. Did you know she ran Parler and she was involved in that and there were subpoenas by the FBI? I hadn't heard of this stuff. And I think these are just things to think about. But when you see the Candace Owens on the podcast, there is a person behind that with a lot of shady context to her. And to me, that just kind of feels like it gives us enough. It gives enough to know that there's just so much odd information about her. None of it connects. None of it makes sense. And if she was doing a series on her, I think she would destroy the living daylights out of her because it's all so often weird. Again, do I have proof? Do I have evidence? Do I know every single thing that went on? No, I don't. But at this point, there's enough weird things happening that I'm kind of like, why doesn't everybody see this? Hopefully at this point, many people do. Anyways, that's just part one of the weird things we know about Candace. Let us know if you want a part two. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Remember, today's going to be a great day.
Y'all, Mira. Well done, Mira. Well done. Oh my God, y'all. Well done, Mira. We have so many more videos that we got to catch up on. So many more, you all, but we could be here. Y'all know I can do a whole marathon on this girl. But we're going to have to save some more of this for tomorrow. We got the birthday song we got to get in because people are celebrating birthdays. I know what Ami did a new video.
All right, you guys.
Do we do this tonight? Y'all want to do this one now? We got it. Okay, we'll end it on this one. This is a good laughter. Y'all, because we need to laugh, Candace. We got to laugh at you. Yeah, I mean, it's weak. Candace Owens, Erica Kirk's leaked phone call. I'm ready for it. Okay, y'all. Let me get it in. Any comments? Let me get some comments in right quick. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. Oh my goodness. I appreciate you all. My birthday is tomorrow, March 31st. Oh man. We got a lot to do tomorrow. I got a whole day. I got to run errands, y'all. But this is something else. Oh my good Lord. Thank you so much, Mama Sage. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We got Ami, y'all. Ami's here. Let's see how they did that intentionally well, child. Remember her doxing? Oh, we do. Yeah. What's the lady's treehouse? Another Black woman conservative that was doxed by Candace years ago. I wish she was sue her, but she definitely goes in on Candace every chance she gets. Kimberly Klasick still goes in on her. Oh man, I've reached out to Kimberly Klasick at least twice to get an interview with her. Hopefully one day she'll see it and agree to it, because I would love to have her over here so she can go in on Candace. We just let you have a platform, girl. Oh my God. People are seeing the evil in Candy finally. Oh yeah. Candace is one evil demon. Candace is full of shit. Y'all, we ready for this? We got some army up in here. Ready to get some laughs in, honey. He got his wig on. Y'all, this is gonna be so else. Oh, dear Lord. Get this wig. All right, y'all hit the phone when y'all can see it here. Let's get to it.
Guys, we are so close. We are here. We are at the gates. We are at the gates of truth, like a truthgasm. We're so close to climaxing. We're going to discover what's really going on. And what we have in this week's episode is a bombshell discovery, a phone call made on September 10th
The week.
by, you guessed it, Erica Kirk. She made a very interesting phone call. I just find it interesting. I find it very interesting that she would make this phone call. Apparently, at some point, she got hungry. I don't know how you would get hungry on a day like that. I don't know how you would even have an appetite. I don't know how you'd have that in any way, how you would have an appetite to order food, how you could think about food. But apparently she got hungry and made a phone call. And we, thanks to my mommy slews, we have intercepted a recording of that phone call that took place on September 10th. So we're going to listen to this audio now, this recording of Erica Kirk ordering lunch or dinner. What meal it was for, we don't know. I don't know, but we'll see. Let's take a listen.
Hello. Hi, can I place an order? Sure. What would you like? Okay. Let's start with the appetizers. Can we get the large wings, please? One large wings.
Yep. We'll stop there. Wings. Wings. I just find that very interesting, okay? Could that be a reference to Egyptian planes? Wings. I find that the very first thing she would order, she's trying to order food, is wings. Clearly, there's some kind of connection to Egyptian planes. Some people think this restaurant she was ordering from might have been located at Fort Huachuca. Let's continue listening.
And then we'll just get 2 orders of the sliders. The chicken tenders, and then the platter with hummus. Sure. And it comes with pizza? Yes. Yes, it does.
Okay. You guys, they think we're stupid. She's ordering hummus and kebab and pizza. She was clearly talking to someone who was Israeli, working for Mossad, who was trying to deliver something to Erica Kirk, but I doubt it was actually food. And we look no further than the Epstein emails that were released to know that when they're talking about food, these people, they're demonic. They're not actually talking about food. This audio is verified. I had it verified by one of my sources in the government, in the FBI, and the CIA, and in counterterrorism. My source, Joe
Candace, we're going to cut this, so move on.
In any event, this just doesn't feel right. I don't know. I'm not buying it. Erica, I'm not buying it. Whatever your cravings, whatever you wanted to eat, whatever you wanted for lunch or dinner, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Nobody is. I'm sorry. Nobody is. Nobody believes you. Now, if you dig deeper, you come to discover that Erica was calling using an app that we all know is called Uber Eats. If you look into who owns Uber Eats, it's owned by Uber Technologies. Come to find out that Uber was founded by a man by the name of Travis Kalanick or Kalanick. I'm not really sure about that pronunciation. We need to get the correct pronunciation because we care about that. We want to be truthful here. We owe you the truth. Travis Kalanick or Kalanick was the founder of Uber.
Yeah, it's pronunciation. Pronunciation. Oh, y'all, my boyfriend is killing it in his wig. I mean, mama love you, baby. It's my birthday tomorrow, Ami. You got to let me have this one.
Not really sure about that pronunciation. We need to get the correct pronunciation because we care about that. We want to be truthful here. We owe you the truth. Travis Kalanick or Kalanick was the founder of Uber. Let's learn a little more about Travis. Shouldn't surprise you. Kalanick was born in 1976 in Los Angeles. His parents are Bonnie Renee Horowitz Kalanick. Horowitz, you guys. It's obviously a connection to David Horowitz at the Freedom Center, where guess what? Your girl Candace got her first job. It's obviously a relationship to David Horowitz, who spread lots of lies about me when I began speaking out, when I began waking up. There's obviously a sabotage campaign going on to take me down. Bonnie, his mother, whose family were Viennese Jews who immigrated to the U.S. That's so interesting that they were Viennese because we all know what happened in Vietnam. We all know what the U.S. did in Vietnam, dropping napalm and white phosphorus, which is what Israel used in Gaza. Guys, it's so obvious. It's all connected that they're Viennese. Tied all together on September 10th, Erica Kirk decides to use Uber Eats to order some food, Israeli cuisine, which is obviously hidden language used by Epstein. She decides to use Uber Eats, which is part of Uber, which was founded by Travis Kalanick, whose mother was a Jew from Vietnam. You guys, they think we're stupid. They think we're stupid. All right, we will have more on this next week, guys. We're getting so close to the truthgasm, so close to the climax. It's going to be ultimately the ultimate climactical event and experience. Stay tuned next week when we uncover even more truths about Blake Neff and Andrew Colvett's connection to Postmates and DoorDash. Thanks for watching, you guys. Are you still in here? What are you doing? You want me to make you a sandwich? No, I already ordered takeout. Okay, Uber Eats. Okay, I'm going out with the boys. No phone calls.
Yes. Oh, Ami, you watching Mama's videos, y'all. I'm going out with the boys. Y'all know George put that boys club first before everything else. Oh, can we blame him? He's got a black eye. Don't call me. Oh, God. Oh, my stomach hurt. Oh, Jesus. Oh, he said I already ordered takeout. No. Oh my God. The ending is so epic. Josh, I'm going out with the boys. No calls. Watch out, Candace. He gonna block your number for 5 whole hours. Oh God. Oh, y'all gotta finish laughing this out. All right. That shit was funny. What? Jesus. Okay. This is too good. That was funny, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. My birthday is tomorrow. It'll be midnight soon in 20 minutes. I appreciate you all. Thank y'all so much for your support. If you guys would like to support the channel, Cash App and Zelle, all proceeds are going to my birthday lunch tomorrow. And a dessert. Oh, Lord, I gotta catch my breath. Mama love you, honey. Oh, y'all. Oh, that was funny as hell. It was a wig for me. I was gone at the wig. Happy birthday to my birthday 20, Cheryl. Her birthday is March 31st as well. Shout out to you, honey. I hope you have a great day. We're going to be back at it tomorrow, you all. I will be going live tomorrow. I got some errands to run tomorrow, but I will be going live when I get home. And we're going to finish out the day right. So if you guys can, tune in. At least hit the like button, subscribe, share the video. Shout out to Ami and Mira and Marlon. Praying that you get some recovery, speedy recovery and healing, honey. And all the fantastic content creators, Fax Me. We checked out a lot of people today. Shout out to Milk Bar TV and Nemo. We got them all in, y'all. And we got more to come. So thank y'all so much for the support. Hit that like button and share the videos. We'll be tuning into X. Give me some time to catch up to my emails. And I will see you all tomorrow. Happy birthday. And until the next one, Lady Little Club out. Deuces.